Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Thursday evening, welcome to the show. I got my coffee here. I feel like doing an all-nighter. What do you say? Okay. The title, Sean Diddy Combs was convicted for violating the Mann Act. This you should know already. If you don't, I'm going to play some older footage with regards to the Mann Act from 1910. And I think it's worth our watching, paying attention to. Most people, not all, but most people did not see it coming, the denial of bail, and it has to do with the Mann Act. I didn't know, unless you are some type of legal analyst or expert or law student, you may have known, but most people are saying, yo, Diddy coming home. They gotta let him loose. No, they didn't gotta let him loose. I wish nothing bad upon Sean Diddy Combs, but he got sloppy. I've said that before. I'll say it again. There was some cringe moments out there with the propaganda that has been sent out into the world for us to see and to react to. I do believe that this is a loss for the prosecution. I'm glad that Diddy will get a chance to get back on the block, shall we say, back into the real world. Salute to his family, Mama Combs. She looks very upbeat. However, the Mann Act, what do you know about it? Now, let me just say early, one of my favorite, oh my goodness, actors as a kid was charged with the Mann Act. He beat it, but the jury deliberated for like 6 hours. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, for those who know that name, you know the history of Hollywood. Oh, man, back in the 70s growing up, I used to watch Charlie Chaplin movies, on the weekends. And when I finally got to go to Hollywood, California in the mid-'80s, oh, my goodness, I made it my business to go to these places that he visited, those that are still or were still around. I read his autobiography, and yeah, they charged him with the Mann Act. But Jack Johnson is what most people know the Mann Act for. So I'm going to, again, play some video footage. Let's all refresh ourselves with this. Or if you're new to the show and you don't know about the Mann Act, please pay attention. It's vital that you know. Many of us were shocked and surprised, whoa, when we heard that, he's not getting bail. He's a first-time offender. But they caught him on the Mann Act. And we did research yesterday. We did a 9-hour show yesterday. And based upon the Mann Act, they could deny him bail. Along with Cassie, and I don't feel the need to keep taking shots at her, the slore, coke slore, and the propaganda of her getting into a fight. I'm going to say a fight with Diddy. Now, some would say he beat her up. Okay, I wouldn't argue about that. What we saw was him beating and kicking her. Yes. But it wasn't just Cassie. And hold on a second. Cassie's legal team, in case you don't know, Douglas Wigdor sent in a letter to the judge July the 2nd, right after the conviction came down and then the acquittal of the top 3 charges. So, yeah, people were waiting for him to any type of movement in the trial to then put the knife in and twist it even more. So, okay, hey, good evening. Thank you guys for your support early. I'm going to try and get your donations on the screen, but just bear with me because I do want us to play some videos so that we can re-educate ourselves. It's very serious. The depths of the Mann Act and the godfather of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, caught him on the Mann Act, transporting a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old. Chuck Berry. So there's history here, all right? Guys, if you are a person in my live chat, I want you talking crazy. However, Deeds monitors the live chat, so you have to follow some of her rules. I got other things to worry about. Cash App, Super Chat, PayPal, that's my focus. I'm in capitals, but Deeds handles the live chat, okay? Also, guys, showrunner, mass shooting in Chicago outside of a lounge. Technically, it's a mass shooting, whether we think it is or isn't. Condolences to the family of 4 people killed 14 people wounded in some type of drive-by shooting outside of a downtown Chicago lounge. Chicago, home of the drive-by. Do you know that? Of course you do. The Italians are the guys who started doing the drive-bys back in the 20s. The niggers with straight hair. It did not originate in California, contrary to popular belief. And they used to shoot the places up in broad daylight. The Italians. So, we can laugh, if you must, with regards to the what appears to be young black people doing what they do, but technically it is considered a mass shooting, okay? All right, let me get down to business here early. This is the first video with regards to, again, the Mann Act. Let's talk about this tonight. I might do an all-nighter. I feel charged. I got my black coffee here. All right. Let's go. The Mann Act. Hopefully the audio is fine.
Outside the ivory towers of universities, Americans faced a rising chorus of voices that also threatened to reshape traditional values. 8.8 million immigrants crowded into American cities in the first decade of the 20th century alone.
There was a lot of tension in the air, but the flashpoint turned on sexuality and particularly prostitution. Mainstream Protestant America thought it was a phenomenon that was caused by those wicked foreigners in those cesspools of cities into which our young girls are now going.
In 1907, the crusading McClure's magazine published a story about an association of Russian Jews purportedly supplying Chicago brothels with new personnel. When a city prosecutor claimed that those prostitutes were, in effect, white slaves, a wave of hysteria gripped the country.
There was all sorts of lurid stories. Women were being hit by poison darts on the trolleys. They were being lured away from, imagine, ice cream parlors. It created a tremendous hullabaloo because people believed this.
Although scant evidence supported the existence of white slavery, Congress passed the White Slave Traffic Act on June 25, 1910. This law, also known as the Mann Act, forbade any person from transporting women or girls across state lines for the purpose of prostitution, debauchery, or any other immoral purpose.
One of the interesting things of the Mann Act is it didn't depend upon actual sex happening. It was very almost Orwellian in the way it was construed by the courts. The vital elements of the crime were transportation across a state line.
The Mann Act soon became a tool for more personal vendettas. Fathers turned in the boyfriends of wanton daughters. Wives reported philandering husbands. And some prosecutors exploited the law as a weapon against romances that crossed the color line. Jack Johnson was an easy target for the Mann Act. In 1908, he became the first black man to break through boxing's color barrier and reigned as heavyweight champion of the world.
Perhaps he was the Muhammad Ali of his day. He was very flamboyant. He was pretty much in-your-face kind of person. A black man being champion of the world didn't fit into a lot of people's idea about who that should be.
Johnson further inflamed his critics by openly keeping company with white women and eventually marrying two of them.
Sex and race have always been linked in American culture and American society ever since the days of slavery. Black males were looked at as inherently predatory. White men essentially projected all of their own anxieties onto black men and looked at them as sexual, beasts.
In the fall of 1912, federal authorities arrested and convicted Johnson for transporting one of his lady friends from Pittsburgh to Chicago. Few doubted that race was the real motivation.
The federal prosecutor, immediately after the conviction, expressed before the press the hope that this would be an example about the evils of permitting Negroes and whites to marry. Had nothing to do with the crime at all. It was an amazingly candid expression of why he'd been targeted.
Jack Johnson ultimately served 1 year in prison as punishment for his so-called crime. For the next 2 decades, Mann Act convictions continued to rise. But the manner in which men and women lived and loved in America was already changing.
Okay. Okay. We have ourselves a topic and we have something to discuss here, the Mann Act. I also want to say, for those who don't know, Elvis Presley, one of my favorites growing up. Oh, I watched his movies. I even had Elvis Presley 45s and other things. I don't remember, but I think Priscilla was 15 years of age when they met. I'm not sure how old she was when they got married, but I don't think that Elvis brought her across state lines. I think her father, correct me if I'm wrong, her father may have somewhat sort of given her to Elvis. And I won't tell you what my father said about Elvis, but I'll just say he didn't fuck with him. Ray Charles said Elvis Presley had no talent. I'm just giving you some context here so we can have a healthy discussion. Jerry Lee Lewis, goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire, one of your most monumental songs and rock and roll artist. Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he marry his 13-year-old cousin? I think he married her. But I don't know if he brought her across any state lines or, anyway. Well, hang on a second. This is my friend, the white Denzel. If you can watch the language, give me your A game. I would love to hear from you. Rory.
Oh, gee, what's up?
What's going on with you, man?
Happy White History Month. I just want to say Happy White History Month to you and to the show. Okay. Thank you.
Can you not be racist off the top? Can you not be racist? Come on, just
no, we're not being racist. What's racist about saying Happy White History Month? Ain't no racist about that. Happy White History Month to America. Okay. Thank you to the great Reverend Jesse Peterson. Happy White History Month to everybody.
Okay.
I think the Mann Act is apropos.
Okay.
Tonight. So what? So what? So what? America put the Mann Act on flying white girls out. We don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like you shining. We don't like that. We haters, man. You think like you come on? Everybody comes on this line every night talk about white people, white Americans, and America, KKK, and America hates you, and all of this and all of that. Okay, so what? Back in the day, they were like, we didn't like that. We don't like you flying out white women and you flossing and stunting and fronting, and putting that in our face. Don't do that. If you 15% of the population, stay in your lane. Know your lane, But all the black dudes got to get up there. They get a little bit of money. They got to, all of a sudden, they got to put diamonds around their neck. You know how many white people walk around with more money than black people? They don't have diamonds on their neck. They're not flossing in front of the camera with like 4 or 5 black girls. You know how many of us white guys walk around with black women? Beautiful black women, dark black women, beautiful dark skin complexion. And you know how when we walk right past you hating on us.
I gotta jump in, Rory. Now, hang on a second, because you have been calling in here since the trial started talking about Diddy a gangster. You were co-signing Diddy as a New Yorker. And all of the low grade behavior that goes along with being a quote unquote gangster. That was you, yes?
That's me. Diddy is a gangster.
Now he's been convicted.
He is a gangster.
Okay, hold on. Now he's been convicted. The Mann Act got him no bail, along with the other things with Cassie and other people saying he's a threat to society. Now you're saying, yeah, we don't want black guys being too ego driven and jiggy.
Yeah. But I'm saying, Diddy should have stayed in his lane too. Diddy should have played.
We got him, kids.
And not get so crazy with it. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't have got so crazy with it. He shouldn't have been flaunting like that. You know, white people are jealous people. We don't like that. We don't like that. You can only get so far. Look at Bill Cosby. You can only get so far. And when you start, not staying in your lane and start getting into everybody else's business and then start trying to, start some old black power stuff and try to curve policies in your way.
Salute to Coco on the screen. She said, pick a struggle.
Breaks on that in America. That's the way it goes. It's not saying we ain't got no love for you. You can't do what you got to do. Right. I mean, you see the NFL. All them dudes, the top 20 picks, every single one of them got a snow bunny on their arm. And for the most part, nobody says nothing until they start stepping out of line. And they start stunting and fronting on the ground and wood grain gripping with a couple of white women. And then they got the gall to start treating white women bad in front of us. It's not good enough that nobody's saying that you can have your millions of your white women. You're good-looking white women. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the bros with money got good-looking white women. But once you start like putting hands and feet on them and trying to mush it in our face, like, oh, I'm worth 30 million, I'm worth 50 million, I'm worth 600 million, I got all these white women. Okay, well, you know what? Some of the judges and the politicians, white boys, they're not worth 30 million and 60 million. They're not going for that. They're going to put the Mann Act on you, give you your wake-up call. Give you your NIGGA, sometimes with the ER wake-up call. So whose fault is
Troll babies? Do I let him cook? This is the real white boy coming out of him. Do I let him cook? Troll babies.
They're wilding. No, it's just common sense, sir. It's just common sense. If I lived in Zimbabwe or South Africa and I was walking around with 4 or 5 beautiful black women on my arm and I'm richer than most of the population, and I'm like, yeah, I take all these black girls' coochie. I take all that, That's all for me. I'm going to degrade them. I'm going to turn them out. Check me out. That's like, you insulting somebody. So now the black guy's got to take this L. I like Diddy. Don't get me wrong. Right. Diddy's, a bad boy over death row all day.
Right.
Biggie and Diddy over Tupac and Suge Knight all day. And, it's a New York City thing, but at the same time, don't play yourself, man. Know your lane, man. Know your part. Play your part. Stay in your lane.
Play your position.
We don't like that. We really don't like that.
Rory, play your position in America.
Yeah, exactly. If I see, check this out. Serious stuff. If I see a black guy, right, with a hot white woman, and he got like a dope, and he got some sort of Ferrari, or he pulls up to the club, he got some sort of Ferrari or some sort of Lambo, I'm going to key that car up. I'm going to key the hell up of that car. Whoa. And when he goes into the club, I'm going to key the car up. If the top's down on the car, we're going to pour stuff inside the car.
Oh my God.
We're going to look at that white girl like she ain't nobody. She ain't nothing. Nobody would even talk to you no more.
Nigga lover.
So, yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Nigga lover. Hold on a second. Someone sent the donation. Guys, I don't have my contacts in, as you know. You are Cesar Pena. What? You agree? Cesar Pena will get hit with by the feds for destroying. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Can you send me a link?
If I see a black guy.
Hold on a second, Rory. I'm not up to speed, but thank you for your donation. I haven't spoke to Tony the Closer in a while. Okay, but thank you so much for your donation. All right, Rory, listen. Want to land your plane? I mean, you've said a mouthful, and listen. I want you to speak. When you speak freely.
No, I mean, I'm good. I'm chilling. Yeah, like I said, even on some just normal stuff. If I see a black guy pull up in some crazy BMW A50i, I'll take a picture of that. I'll send it to the city. He'll get a ticket. if he's double parked, he get a ticket in a couple of weeks.
Oh my
Like, we don't want that. We don't like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Wow.
It's not saying I don't like black people. I like black Americans. They're fun, they're cool, but don't try to play yourself. Don't get out of bounds.
Okay.
Stay in your lane, man.
Yeah. Good to talk to you, Rory.
Yeah, I'm saying the Mann Act was for Jack Johnson. Big deal.
I got it.
Big deal.
Rory, I got it. You did good. No, you did good.
Dude.
Rory, you did good. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, Jack Johnson is no Jack Dempsey.
Okay.
I'll say that too.
Oh, okay.
Jack Johnson.
Okay. Wow. Lit a fire up under him, huh? What do you think it was, Troll Babies? Me playing the videos and giving the history and the context? Wow. Sheesh. Rob Lowe, got your donation. Let me see if I can get that on the screen. He says, to be clear, Diddy did not fly women out. Okay. Rob Lowe, you want to call in? I always enjoy your you calling in. He says, to be clear, Diddy did not fly women out. Cassie flew male escorts out, used their services, and paid them. This is a fact. And said by the escorts and Cassie's testimony and evidence, so-called. This we know, Rob Lowe, thank you. But now Cassie got immunity for her testimony. Yes? No? And others as well. So that's what we're combing through here this evening, for those who don't know. Area code 415. Please watch the language. We're talking about the Mann Act and Sean Diddy Combs not being given bail, and a few other topics. Are you there? 415.
Yes, yes, I'm here. Thanks for taking my call, Star.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I just wanted to be brief. I think that the reason why the judge didn't give Diddy bail is because he didn't want to let him out and then just bring him back in 2 months or 3 months when he sentenced him, because he knows that he's going to have to let him out in like 18 months to maybe 2 years. So he's just like, I'm going to keep him in there as long as I can, because it's kind of personal with him now as far as with the judge. That's my take on it. I think okay, because Diddy beat the charges.
Right. He beat the top three.
Diddy beat the charges.
He beat the top three charges. Yes.
He's like two.
And I'm not mad at your take, your generalization, but it was stated that the Mann Act has something to do with him not getting bail. So we cannot deny that. This has popped.
Right.
This has popped up, and again, I was like, whoa. The Mann Act conviction, whoa, and what goes along with that? Can you speak to, moving forward in society, not just black men, but men, period.
Right.
Come on.
Right. I think the Mann Act for Diddy, like a lot of P's get caught up on that. I'm just going to keep that with not saying the word. Like a lot of P's get caught up on that because when they're in the game and they're doing their business, and then that's what the prosecution tries to get them on, and generally they get that. Mm-hmm. But the minimum, from what I understand, is like maybe like 2 years. So with Diddy's money, his low risk as far as not being convicted, he's not like a convicted felon. He's not like been in and out of jail. This cat's a billionaire. So the judge knows that he's like a first-time offender. So even him getting jacked up on this Mann Act thing, he's a first-time offender. He's a new booty. He would get, in a normal case, 18 months, 24 months. So he done already did 10, 11 months. So the judge like, why am I going to let him out for 2 months? And then he's going to terrorize all the people, because I think he would do that. I think Diddy is mad. He got his revenge list.
Wow. Okay.
And I think he got his revenge list. So the judge like, why would I let him out for 2 months? And then I'm going to have to bring him right back, because he's going to jail, maybe two years, and then he's going to have to let him out. So he just did that to spite him. And then the Mann Act, yeah, like I'm from the Bay, I'm from San Francisco. Like I ain't never flew nobody out. Like you got to pay me. It's AOB for me. But I mean, like people who do that, it's all good. But like I can't relate to that. So I'll never get caught up on that. I ain't flying nobody nowhere.
Okay.
So right. So yeah, man, I just think that's why the judge didn't give him bail.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Wow. He ended the call with brother. Sheesh. Well, he had a good perspective. Miss L says the judge is Bangladeshi. Can we confirm that? Miss L? Is he from Bangladesh? I've never been to Bangladesh, nor do I have an interest in going there. That's like going to Calcutta. I'd rather eat a glass sandwich. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, where are you, sir? Can you call us in and give us a perspective from the third eye? Big Elvis, the Chef. Hold on a second, guys. Area code 817. We may be doing an all-nighter. Please watch the language. Are you there? Are you ready? 817. Yes, no, maybe. All right. Calling me on a speakerphone, driving, doing a drug transaction or something. Okay, let me get you up out of there. Area code 216. Good evening. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing, Star?
I'm going on, sir. How about yourself? Thank you for stopping by. We're trying to do a little deep dive here on this Mann Act and combined with other things that have happened after the verdict, as I'm sure you know, and Diddy being denied bail. Please.
Well, the little bit I know about the Mann Act is just the creation of it, or to get Jack Johnson, which it seems, listening to the audience, that seems to be the consensus that everybody do agree with, and that's based off racism. Outside of that, I don't really know too much about it. As far as the Diddy trial, I didn't pay too much attention out of, he say, she say. I did see actually I was listening to your broadcast when the verdict came down, so I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
He was the major charges that could have got him a lot of time was dismissed. They did overcharge him, the little bit that I know.
Right.
And the simple thing that they got him on, which was prostitution. I have a gripe about the whole prostitution thing in America. America loves to flaunt extreme sexuality too. I have an issue with that, because the moment you decide to partake in the consenting, not a human trafficking, not forced, but you got OnlyFans, you got all kinds of access to, a different type of adult websites that you can go to. You got money, power, influence. If you can just be a guy like me, a blue collar working man. I go to work, I work a little overtime. If I decide to go on some of those dark pages that we know about that don't exist anymore, that do so kind of exist, and you want to get you an in call or out call for 100, 200, 300, they make it accessible right there in front of your face. But if you partake in it consentingly, boom, you going to jail. Why, America? I don't get it. But then a woman can sit here and say, respect my, not a woman, but some of these whores can go here and have OnlyFans. And I was at a bar not too long ago.
Well, hang on a second. Are you a father? Respectfully, are you a father?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Any daughters?
2.
Oh,
grown.
Okay.
There, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I teach them there's a difference between women and there's a difference between women and whores.
Yeah. And every female is not a lady. I want to be clear on that as well. Okay, but now I
agree with you with that. I agree.
Yeah. But now, to be clear, where we are right now, I'm going to bring this back to Diddy being denied bail.
Right.
A caller just called in and gave a good perspective. Maybe the judge is trying to save him from himself. If he lets him out, he may do something asinine and then wind up back in jail with more charges. Is that plausible, or is it just the Mann Act and him being a threat to society? Before you go,
it's the Mann Act. I'm not going with that. What that last caller was saying, look, ain't keeping him in jail for the betterment of his good.
Okay.
This is a vendetta.
Okay.
It's about the Mann Act. And to ask the one lady who sent you why come men don't do better? The men I know do better, but is why is the word accountability seem to be kryptonite to the women? Because last time I checked, women were taking Cassie's side and completely disregarding all the stuff Cassie did and said she was under duress. This woman just threatened to take a man's life.
Right. Okay. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deeds. The judge, born in Tamil, Tamil, family of Indian descent. Okay, thank you, Deeds. Guys, we I think we pretty much all agree with regards to Cassie and her involvement in things, but Cassie got immunity for her testimony. Yes, no? Did you do that research? Because I keep seeing people say, why don't they arrest Cassie? Why don't they arrest Cassie? Got to do a little research here. Hey, Cherie, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Someone just sent me here. Okay. Oh, that's good. Yes, this we know. Okay. Everything. Someone just sent me a long email, which I'm not going to read this whole thing. It makes sense, Derek. Your email makes sense. I can't read the whole thing. It's like 3 paragraphs. But most people were wrong. Most people say, yo, he's coming home. Well, he's not home. He's not home. Let me go to area code 215. Hey, are you calling in from Philly? Area code 215. Good evening. Yes, no, maybe.
Good evening, Star. How you doing?
The voice sounds.
Sarah.
Hey,
sorry.
Sarah. The voice sounds familiar. How are you?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
This is a never-ending humiliation ritual that we've witnessed. Okay. I could have sworn he was coming home too. I wonder what else they have up their sleeve for him. I do believe he's most likely very angry and ready to crash out. But, to me, it just seems like a lot of this thing, he was overcharged, obviously. I never witnessed a RICO charge and with only one person being charged, ever.
And they couldn't prove it.
Yeah, so I just think it was a humiliation ritual, not so much in regards to women or, white women, because this man was doing all kind of things involving men. So I think it was just a point to break him, his spirit, humiliate him. He's outside. Did you see that footage where they were having, people were having a baby oil party outside?
Sarah, I'm getting ready to play that. I'm getting ready to play it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, play that. That was, yeah. So, I mean, that's, in my opinion, I think Diddy should go along with it and come out with his own baby oil after this. I think he should flow with that. But
hold on. Now, how much time? It's just guessing. I can't guess. I was wrong. How much time you think he's going to get? Because I agree with what you said about the system wanted to break him because he was doing too much. Let's not overlook that. But I also think that the system wants to send a clear-cut message to black men in America. We can still bring this Mann Act out on you. We can still give you some straightening. How much time do you think Diddy will get?
What's the total? I'm scared to say it. The max for those 2 charges, is it 6 or 8 years? I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him the max. They want to do him dirty. Yeah. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And regardless of what the jury did, and didn't find him guilty, they still want to do him dirty. So I believe they will hit him with the max. I believe it's anywhere from like 6 to 8. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave that to him out of spite, just because. Yeah,
I don't wish it upon him, but
no.
I think, just in my very little knowledge of, sentencing, prison. I've never been to prison. I think they're going to give him a decade to judge. Give him a decade.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
If I can just say this, it's too much of an L for the feds to take. It's too much of an L.
Yeah.
The case was BS. We know this. We can talk about this all day, all week, all year for the next 5 years. And again, I don't wish it upon them, but they're going to say, hey, 10 years to let the rest of you know. That's what I truly, truly feel. But
that just might be the case.
Let's go back for a second. So I'm getting ready to play the video. I've got an extended video with the mammy out there doing the most. Took the wig off.
Oh, the blue wig. Oh my God.
I loved it. Is she on Instagram, or can anybody send me something on that female?
Oh my God.
What do you want to say before I play it, Sarah?
Oh God. That's all I got to say is, oh God, they're about to witness it. It was, it was funny until she stepped on the scene. And you did. Can I say a name, Armand?
Well, yeah. I saw Armand Wiggins out there, but he's a good guy.
He was out there. That was his thing. More oil. But then when she came, he ran. He ran when she came running up. He ran. I was cracking up. But go ahead. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Sarah. Good to talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Armand Wiggins was out there. But listen, when you put boots to the ground, I respect that. I respect the fact that Armand is out there in them streets, as you guys say, streets, Radio What's New says Diddy's biggest mistake was assuming Cassie was his bottom bitch. Someone FedEx him some iceberg slim stats. Okay. Did L Bracket Production? Let me see if I can get that on the screen. Thank you for your support. What a great day I had today. I might tell you about it. I took a nice drive. I went and bought some cigars. And I think, I know I've said this before, I'm going to try to go vegan for at least 6 months. I've been eating so many salads over the last 45 days. I feel better. I'm going to try to go vegan once again. El Bracket Production says, Jennifer Pina. Okay, Franklin Lakes was charged. Okay. That happened today? Whoa, okay. So I'm out of the loop. Should I call Tony the closer? That's Cesar Pina's wife? I never had an issue with Cesar. I don't know him. And what's his brother's name? Is it Gucci, Lucci? So the wife has been formally charged. This is, for those who don't know, Jennifer Pina, 43 years of age, Cesar Pina's wife, Cesar Pina and DJ Envy have that whole flipping New Jersey scam, right? Flipping NJ real estate scam. Guys, sit tight in the queue here. I gotta play this video. This is so entertaining. Where are my show notes? I got about 12 links here. We might be here all goddamn night. Where is it? Baby oil sprayed outside party. Oh, here we go. We got a mammy turned up and doing the most. Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure I get this video on the screen in full view. This was yesterday outside the courthouse. Here we go.
I got the baby oil! Baby oil! Baby oil!
I don't give a fuck.
It's oily.
Free hugs.
Free hugs. Baby oil. Okay, she want a hug. She want a hug. Okay, she wants a hug. Oh, we know how we don't like him. He try to beat me up. Oh, yeah. My white followers. I love my white people. My white followers.
Man, he can't stop, won't stop.
Listen to her crooning. I love my white people.
Shoot,
I saw somebody. Chuckle.
I got the baby oil. You want some?
No.
I got some. Hey, this is where we come on. Let's do it. gonna put it on me. She gonna put it on me.
Take off the wig, Mammy. Take off the wig. You know she's gonna take it off. I don't give a fuck. Look at her. Help her, Jesus. Help her, Father.
You didn't see my video when we cursing him out?
There you go. You did I tell you? Hold on. Damn. I told you she was going to take it off, the wig. Lord have mercy. Stop right there. Where? Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg, I thank you for your support. Are you there, sir? Big Elvis.
Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg, I am here, sir.
How are you, man? Where do you want to start?
Oh man, this lady with the wig was crazy, yo. But she's been doing a lot out there.
Yeah.
For like 2 weeks. She was out there wilding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Armand Wiggins, but respected what he did.
Salute
that was crazy
Armand.
too.
Salute to Armand. Yeah, listen, they're putting boots to the ground. I can't be mad for that. You know?
Right.
But
Right. And that was Nico. That was next to the chick in the blue hair. I was out there too.
Okay.
There's he's a streamer.
Okay.
But I think the judge is going to throw the book at him. I think the judge has proven from getting rid of juror number 6 and not assigning bail from the very, very beginning that, there's another alternative here. What Rory said, and it really hit home a little bit with me when he was speaking, because I don't think Rory's the type to get the right to send in the ticket so you get a ticket and pour something in your drop top when it's down.
The white boy showed you who he really is, and you had to say, wow, I didn't know he was that type.
Right. Because I wouldn't have thought that. I would think, but here's the thing: even if it's not him, the mindset is there. And if you have a little,
no, that's him. Hang on, Elvis, that's him. And I'm okay with that because listen, my friends, I need to know who you are. I don't want nobody faking and pretending. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Like, I guess show me who you are. Yeah. It really hit home what he was saying, because these people have massive power, and I think that they're gonna I think they're gonna do what happened with Cosby, where he was able to get off on the appeal. They know that Diddy's possibly gonna be able to get off on the appeal, so they're going to give them everything, which is going to be 10 years for each, which is 20 years to be running consecutive, not even concurrent. So I think he's going to see at least 5 before the appeal comes in. And he will be freed at that point. But just right now, they got him. And they want him to know that they got him. So... Hold
on a second, Elvis. Someone in the live chat says an escort is suing Cassie. Can we get a confirmation of that? And I'll put it on the screen because we are doing research. I don't know that to be true. Is an escort suing? What's that?
I was just saying, your boy Vlad was talking about that. He wants the Punisher to sue Cassie, and when he talked,
but is he suing? Hold on a second. Vlad is my guy, but is he suing? I don't want to just talk about what somebody's suggesting. Is he suing? Yes or no?
Oh, I don't know. But Matt just said there has to be a cause of action. And if there's no cause of action, then they can't sue. And I hit the comment section, and I said...
Right, so you don't know. Elvis, I don't want to have a conversation about something that's not necessarily true. Let's bring it back to Diddy, man. He's being held, no bail.
Right.
What are your thoughts? Let's pick it up as of
20
today.
20 years running consecutive. They're gonna smack him. This judge is here to prove Rory's point. And I think Rory helped to open up a lot of eyes with what he said today.
Okay.
That evil is out there. And there's some of them with power. So Diddy gonna pay, but he'll be out in an appeal.
Okay, Elvis, great to talk to you.
Always,
Thank you. Somebody talking about Rory exposed himself. He kept it real, as he always does. What do you mean exposed himself? Don't you listen when he calls in and talks? I appreciate him keeping it real like that. Do you think I'm joking when I tell you when I see women, especially Hispanics and Latinas, driving and the goddamn kid is not, a small kid is not in the baby seat? Do you think I'm joking when I say I take a picture of their goddamn the registration, whether the registration stickers on the back or the windshield, and then send it in? I'm not joking. Rory and I laugh about stuff like that together.
Send him out.
Maybe pull it up so I can. You can
No, we're not gonna pull it up. Well, listen, Sneeko, I'll fuck you though. I'll fuck you though.
Listen to man, yo.
Sneeko. Diddy's free. You should have fucked Diddy.
I'm gonna fuck Diddy, but I'm gonna fuck you first. I'm gonna fuck you first, Sneeko.
How you doing?
I'll fuck you first, Sneeko.
What's your verdict? My verdict? I'm not. I'm just a civilian here. I'm just here to. I'm just a civilian.
Will he get off?
Huh?
Will he get off?
Yeah.
Will he get off?
He made a whole album about it.
Well, he get off.
Well, I think he's gonna. I mean, he gets off all the time, man. Yeah, that's what the parties are about. All right. He freaks off. He gets off. It's
Sneeko, this me with my wig on. Sneeko, this me with my wig on. You like it?
Definitely going to the party.
You like it?
Let's go, Mammy. Take that wig off. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I like you. I have a crush on you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I want to fuck that.
You're getting really close to me.
Yeah, I like that light-skinned bitch.
Is she a streamer?
Come on, Sneeko. I like you.
She's popular. She's got to be popular if she's a streamer. Got the blue wig on and don't give a goddamn. Let me go to area code 719. Hey there, late night. Please watch the language. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Star? How you doing?
How are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
What's going on? I just wanted to start. I was the one that sent you the link about Senior Pena, and the only reason he's Pena's wife.
Okay.
The only reason why I saw it, I just randomly saw on Threads. I don't know if you use Threads. I just saw.
But sir, with all due respect, that's not my topic. I don't care about.
Right. That's cool. Cool.
No. I appreciate you sending it, but I don't care about him and DJ Envy. I don't care. Was she put in handcuffs? Any video footage?
I do not have any video footage. No, it was just an indictment, paper indictment. No.
I may check in.
But let's go.
I may check in with Tony the Closer tomorrow, but I appreciate you nonetheless. I want to focus on this the Mann Act, which is clearly keeping Diddy locked up. And, for some of us who didn't pay attention to it and how it can prevent bail, even for a first-time offender, I want us to address this, please.
Hey, man, I just want to say on that, it's a lesson for all Black people. You ain't free. Unfortunately, Diddy, technically, with the paperwork, he's looking at some serious time. Everybody on the internet playing like he about to get out, he was going to be free.
Right.
He's looking at something hot.
Right.
He's looking at something scary. Now, I do think it's a benefit to him that he has so much money. There's no way they're going to put him in a serious prison. There's no way he's going to be in a camp somewhere, probably. I doubt he'll be anything dangerous to worry about. But he is looking at serious time. When you got the guilty, that's all the judge needed. It's in the judge's court. It's not about the internet. It's not about the internet judges. It's about what the judge thinks. And the judge clearly got a vendetta out. Did not like just from the back and forth. Did not like how he was found innocent or not guilty on certain things. But it's crazy. The judge said the reason they weren't letting him out is because he was hitting on people. So I'm like, he wasn't even found guilty on that. They wasn't even going to court about that. It's crazy. I think they're looking at some serious time. Yeah. I think he's looking at some serious time. And I think people are realizing, too, he's about to get 4 months of this time served, which is in October. So that's 4 months. That's going to be a year. They're going to give him at least 4 years. They want him to feel something. So that way he'll at least do 2.
Can I put something on the table here? And you don't have to agree with me. I'm just, trying to explore some of these possibilities. And, because of the loss that the government took, that's a government loss. Do you think that there's a chance that what happened to Epstein may happen to Diddy?
Oh, I don't know if you wanted to go there, but yeah, we can go there.
So I ain't scared.
I think.
So I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Let's go there.
Okay. But I'm gonna go there respectfully because I understand where we on, what platform we on. I understand. I ain't gonna mess up nobody's back end, which I know I can't mess up because you're too big to mess up. Anyway, what I was thinking about was one thing that they made clear was it was always said that Diddy does not own anything. It is all in his mother's name. And I thought it was ironic that she was at the court case waving at fans and doing the most. If I was her, I would have been hidden somewhere. And I think she needed to be hidden somewhere during this whole time while Diddy's away. Because it'd be a shame if his stuff started getting forfeited. Because what happens when she, well, God forbid, knock on wood, whatever. If she passed, what happens to the business? Now the business don't get funny. So I just think it's very interesting that they're going to have him locked up for at least 2 years, I'm assuming, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Everybody knows, everybody said the rights or the records, all of it is in her name. And she's out there waving and gaggling and smiling, acting like she's about to get free today.
That's Mama Combs, sir, and she looks fantastic. Did you really look at her outfit and
Oh no, she looks stunning. She was a beautiful woman. But if that's the queen, you gotta hide the queen. This is chess. It ain't over.
Can I really go there? Do you think the queen may push the button on her baby to save him, and then she'll take care of everything else?
I think the queen
is that too crazy of a theory?
Reason.
Is that too crazy?
No, I don't think it's too crazy. I don't think it's too crazy at all. I think she's been around for a long time and been in power for a long time, and a lot of stuff we ain't seen as far as regular people we don't know about. She done kept on the hush for a reason, you know.
Don't make him suffer. Just give him something to put him to sleep. Give him a little propofol, you know. He can't do 10. That's my baby, but he can't do 10. You know, I got everything.
Oh yeah,
I got everything here from here. Go ahead, land your plane, sir. Please land your plane.
Oh, that's it. I just want to say salute. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna be like everybody else messing up, and cussing and whatnot.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Thank you. Somebody said, "Damn, Star, you going there?" Well, said that. You ain't scared, are you? Huh? Fredro. You guys ever heard of Fredro? Sure you have. Fredro was put down, right? Not that I'm trying to make any type of analogy. Maybe that's a bad analogy. Let me stop. I'm doing too much here. Godfather 2. Hint. Let me go to area code 304. Hey there, good evening. Please watch the language. We're talking about the Mann Act. Diddy, no bail. What happens now?
Stars, your boy Tether number 4.
How are you, man? Tether number 4.
Hear me?
I can hear you, man. Let's talk about now. I don't want to go back and Cassie.
No, we're not going back.
Now. What happens now?
I'm actually happy with the results. In America, when a black man gets away with a sexual charge, they usually have like a public death, you know. Example A, Kobe, Offset from the Migos. Right. So I believe that the Mann Act was originally the N-word wake-up call, just like Rory said earlier.
Wait. Offset wasn't killed, was he? Was it Offset?
I meant to say...
I thought it was Takeoff.
Takeoff. I meant to say Takeoff. I'm dyslexic. I meant to say Takeoff. Because I remember Takeoff got away with a rape charge, and then a few months later he had that ending. So I think that not just courts, but like white supremacy doesn't like when a black man gets away with a rape charge. That's just that. Like you could go back to a lot of celebrities or a lot of just artists that happens to. So I think that Diddy does deserve to do a year or at least 2 years in jail for the despicable behavior throughout the years. Okay. Not just the beating of Cassie, but the taking advantage of people. So if he gets to do 3-4 years, that's a bigger N-word wake up call than to have a bravacious, a pretenders. Like Diddy coming out like yesterday was gonna be worse for him than him being in jail right now take your 2 years, 3 years, come back humble. But when he told his kids, I'm going back home, that was like him spitting at the court. And the court, the Southern District of New York is very upset. It's very upset, not just with Diddy, but with black men like Eric Adams. Remember, the same district went against the mayor of New York and against one of the most popular men in New York City. That was not by coincidence. I think that was all orchestrated. And like I said, 3-4 years, he gets to stay clean because, like you said it yesterday, he could have come back, got some pink cocaine, and celebrated in Star Island. This is not the time to have Diddy right now.
I said that would have been a concern of mine if I were, someone close to him that he, if he were let out, might he relapse? But I didn't hold that against him being released on bail. No, I thought that being released on bail would have been the right thing to do, but clearly that didn't happen. But now let's be clear. You're a tether, so you don't really want to see an FBA win, right? Of that magnitude.
Right? I definitely want to see FBA winning, but
you're a liar. Stop. You call here all the time. Hang on. You call here, you take shots. Every time you send me an email, you're sending me something about some black FBA woman. Come on, don't start acting right now. How much time would you personally like to see him do? I heard you say 2 or 3 years. What do you want to see him do?
The rest of the Trump administration, like 3 years.
Okay.
No, get Diddy maybe Diddy be back by 2028, something like that.
You're a liar.
But for right now,
you're a liar. But I appreciate you. You want to see him do a decade? That's what you want to see.
A decade is too hard because a decade, you don't deserve a decade for the Mann Act. The Mann Act is just prostitution, something that is legal in Vegas. So no, 10 years for a man and a person that doesn't have a previous conviction or anything like that. He already got railroaded by the system, but he needs to take some time because it will be safer for him to walk away as a felon, as a second-class citizen.
Slow down. You said prostitution is legal in Vegas? I don't think it's Vegas. It's someplace in Nevada. Are you sure? Because
you're right.
You say things. Hang on a second. You say things, and I listen. I don't think prostitution is legal in Vegas. Throw babies. Hold on, tether number 4. Hold on. Let's put him on hold. Hold on a second. I don't agree. People keep saying he's coming home with time served. I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. Based upon what we just saw, sadly, I think they'll give him a decade. All right, tether number 4. I need you to land your plane. Tether number 4, please. I'm backed up on calls.
I do agree with Rory. Like black men, y'all wilding. Stop giving appeals to white women. Stop recording all this thing. Like y'all out here victimizing some women. Y'all out here dressing as ICE to get some to get on a Latino woman. Already 4 black men. So I'm saying what you do on video, don't just be like having your bravado because people are watching and there's people that are gonna they don't like when people y'all love Latino, y'all hate Latino men, but y'all love Latino women. Y'all can do both. So if I feel like if I'm a white man and I see you parading my women,
you're not a white man. Slow down. You're a dark.
Not a white man.
Slow down. You're a dark.
I'm in the N-word with
complected Colombian. But you're saying, I want to be clear. You take the side of Caucasian Rory, and you don't want to see black men flossing with white women, right?
Yeah, I think we.
Thank you. Good night. Stand on it, man. Don't be pussyfooting around. Deeds says prostitution is only legal in certain counties in Nevada where licensed brothels are permitted. In the rest of the county, including Nevada's major cities like Las Vegas, prostitution is illegal. Thank you, Deeds. Guys, let me put Deeds' information on that showrunner. if you would be kind enough to show her some respect by way of a donation. Hold on. Where is Deed's Cash App information? You see? We're not stressing what you say in the live chat. We just want to make sure that this show here gives you the most accurate information that we can. Thank you, Deeds. You are appreciated. I think we're done with the mammy. Unless you guys can tell me she's not of Haitian descent, I'm going to assume she is. She doesn't look FBA to me. I've dated many beautiful Haitian women in my time, and she strikes me as Haitian, you know, but not hating on her. Tyrone, I got your donation. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, sir, but thank you. I'll get back to it. Oh, okay. Oh, that's my guy. Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Do you want to call in? Counselor, do you want to call in? You don't have to, but I always wanted to give you the opportunity in case you want to. Oh, here's my guy here. Rob Lowe, is that you, sir? Area code 201, tap it in. Late night. Rob Lowe.
Peace, Star. Salute. Can you hear me?
Peace. Good to hear from you, man. We're taking our time tonight. No rush. I'm talking about this Mann Act that has got Diddy, not getting bail and some other things. Where do you want to start, Rob Lowe?
Well, first, I want to tip my hat. Salute to you. I was with you the whole 9 hours yesterday, through work. I loved it, man. Great show.
Thank you, man.
Very informative.
Thank you.
So we'll start here. I was paying very, very close attention to when they read the counts, when he was found not guilty and what he was found guilty for.
Right.
And I don't think the judge is trying to stick it to him.
Okay.
I think the judge was caught off guard, like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know what to do. I got all of that from watching your live stream when he was like, both of you submit letters of why I should and why I shouldn't let him go free.
Right.
So it was all up to them. He had no clue because he was caught off guard.
Okay.
He actually thought that man was going to get some real time right then and there. It was not the Mann Act that kept him in jail. All of the legal professionals on all of the shows, because I started flipping through stuff and listening to what they were saying. They were saying that he should be let go. It's not enough to hold him. He hasn't been in jail before or in trouble to the point where he was convicted of anything before this. They should have let him go. So,
Rob Lowe, I have to jump in and say that it has been pointed out that because of the Mann Act, legally, the judge can keep him in there. So the Mann Act did play
yes.
Hang on. The Mann Act did play a significant part legally. Now, we in 2025 would not assume that a judge would go back to that old ass law, but they did use it along with other things, as you just stated, the letters, Cassie's legal team, Douglas Wigdor sending in a letter. So all of it played a part. Go ahead.
I think that the lawyers on Cassie's behalf, which she did not write that letter. That was totally the lawyers that did that. She probably had nothing to do with that. Her team, her legal team wrote that letter, and that is where I believe the weight came from to keep him in jail. Now, to go a step further, when you're comparing Puff to Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, that's totally different because those two were international spies. If you do your research, they were doing way more than what Puff was doing. Puff was partying and had a couple of people of interest at his parties. It was not the same as what Ghislaine and Epstein were doing. They were international. Puff was not international with those parties with like what they were doing. You're talking that's just totally two different weights of what they're trying to go after. Now, I believe that a lot of the people that have called in have hit it on the head. But there's an emotional thing where people are getting wrapped up in thinking that this man is much more than what he is. He's big, he's a lot, but he's not what some people are trying to point out and say that he is. Puff is in a situation where there might be some conspiracy theory, there might be a little bit of, he's gotten away with stuff, but he's never been convicted of that stuff. You have to be convicted in order for things to matter. Right. If you notice, Tupac was not mentioned. Biggie was not mentioned. None of that stuff was brought into.
Mentioned by who? Hold on. Mentioned by who?
By the legal team that was trying to get him convicted. None of that stuff was mentioned. No. See, when he went into this, all of this stuff was being mentioned to dogpile on top of him, right, to publicly convict him of things that he did not do. He might have been a part of them, meaning that he was in the air. Right. He was not the one who did these things. There was no talk of babies. There was no talk of transporting babies in the trial. Beforehand, he had this child here. He had that child there. Somebody came down from upstate New York that was 15 years old and was in a room with him, Jay-Z, and J-Lo. None of that stuff was brought up. There's a campaign here to get him to be found guilty. I do not believe. I agree that they overcharged him. I don't think they overcharged him. I think they mentioned those things in order to have stuff brought to bear on him. The RICO charge, there was no RICO charge. They didn't even talk RICO in the trial.
Rob Lowe, can I jump in for a second? Rob Lowe, can I jump in? I totally disagree with you. I think he was very much overcharged. That's how prosecutions and the DA's office works. They hit you with a whole lot of stuff in hopes that something will stick. There never was, in my opinion, any RICO case, but they hit him with it. That's technically being overcharged. Wouldn't you agree?
We're talking the same coin on two different sides.
Well,
what I'm saying is that they overcharged him on purpose to mention other things that were not there to bear on him legally.
Okay.
And I think it's like you said, they did that to try to get other things to stick, but they tried to get them to stick emotionally, not legally.
Okay.
They did not prove anything.
Okay.
And Cassie, this is the most important part about this whole thing, which is Cassie. When she got up on that stand, she damn near freed that man herself. She was brought in there pregnant. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to be in there, but she is his co-defendant that was given the offer. You either turn against him or you go down with him. That's what I saw. That's what I saw on the stand.
What about now, Rob Lowe? Facing how many years, and what do you, predict?
Okay,
he will do in terms of time.
Okay, so with the two charges, it's the maximum 10 years each for both. I think they might try to hit him with the max on both. And that's where they're going to start. They're going to start with the max, and then it's going to get chipped away with what they can hit him with realistically. He might not get to 20 years. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 20 years. But what I think that they might try to do is he might get 3 for one charge and maybe a year and a half for the other, and then time served, which will knock it down. Legally, I think that's how it's.
I gotta jump in. Hold on a second, Rob Lowe. Now we're talking about Fed time. We're not talking about state time, where you're good behavior, yada yada yada. Fed time, you gotta do how much of that time? I forget. a good portion.
No, you got to do. I think with bedtime, you got to do 99, like 90%, 99%, or something like that.
Bingo.
You have to do.
Bingo.
It's not like Rikers Island. You do a bullet 8 months. It's not like that.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying. See, he hasn't been convicted of these charges before, and these are light charges. But it's like you said, they want to send a message. You know, the whole posturing, I'm coming home, and the whole idea that they're trying to say that he's a threat. Yeah. It's still an uphill battle. He has knocked down a large part of the mountain, but he's still got some climbing to do.
Right.
And, we'll see from there.
Rob, I hate to cut short. I have an attorney in my queue. I want to get to him, man. You want to land your plane? You good? I appreciate your call.
Plane is landed. Absolutely. I want to hear what the attorney has to say.
Thank you, man.
Star. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Okay. It's my guy, Rob Lowe, tapping in. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Attorney Blackburn, good to hear from you, sir. How are you on a late night?
Hey, good night, Star. How are you? Good night, Star. How are you?
I'm great. You are Attorney Tyrone Blackburn. For those who don't know, you are representing TA against Fat Joe. You were you were detained. What was it, last week by the police? They something to do with a process server. Yes.
Yes, of course, associated with TA and well, actually not with TA, but with Fat Joe and the frivolous lawsuit that they filed against TA and I for me engaging in normal practice of law and TA engaging in First Amendment free speech. So, it happens. It will all be sorted out. But I saw your I've been watching the live and I just wanted to just help to clarify some of the things that I think some of the callers have called in and shared.
Come on.
So I was in the court the first week, and I listened to all of Cassie's testimony. And I'll say this: similar to your position, Star, I do not think that they would have been able to convince a jury of 12. I don't care if it was 12 men or 12 women.
Okay.
That a man should serve life in prison for engaging in prostitution. It's just not going to happen, right? And I think just from reading the body language of the jury and being there so many days, I already knew, and I knew this from during Cassie's cross-examination, that they lost a lot of the women jurors, because there are a lot of factors that I don't think anyone is taking into consideration. Number one, the female jurors who were there, one was 75 years old, and the remaining three, they were like in their 40s, going into their 50s. Okay. And then you have Cassie, she's very beautiful in person. She's tall, she has a nice shape, and she was pregnant, so she's extremely attractive, right? Okay. So I know that might sound superficial, but in jury selection, it's very important, right?
Yeah.
If the witness is too beautiful, or reminds a juror of a person who bullied them when they were in high school or junior high school, then they take that into consideration, right? Yeah. That pretty girl privilege does not work when you are facing women who did not get the same type of privilege throughout their lives, and they're the ones that have to make the decision. Then you look at the fact that there were 8 men on that jury. Right. I believe the makeup was 3 Caucasian men, 1 African American man, because 1 got kicked off for lying, and I think 2 Latino men and 2 like either Indian or Middle Eastern, right? Okay. And a lot, the range in age is probably like late 30s to like, mid 50s. And those men look like my uncles or like my older cousins, like they look like they've either taken a guy's trip to DR once or twice, if you know what I mean, or have gone to bachelor parties, and they definitely were not going to sentence someone to life in prison for engaging in activities that they probably engaged in themselves at some point in their lives.
Good point.
So it was an uphill battle. I definitely believe that the prosecution did the best that they could with the limitations that they were confounded with. Unfortunately, people really do not understand all of the back and forth that has to go on in the background before a prosecution could actually come forward and actually bring charges against the subject. They have a lot of evidence against this man, a ton. Okay, and they could have went any direction they wanted to. They showed guns that were with shaved off serial numbers in his home. They could have charged him for that.
Right.
Several witnesses were sitting there and stated the names of 4 drug dealers from Miami and LA. They could have went that direction if they wanted to. They could have brought KK in, and they could have had KK sitting right next to him. They could have brought in Fahim Muhammad and had him sitting right next to him.
If I can jump in for a second, Attorney Blackburn.
Yeah, sure.
If I can jump in. Okay, so do you think, in your professional opinion, that maybe, of course, on the outside, we're thinking racism, and I truly believe that the prosecution was pushing a racist agenda. I believe that. But in terms of the judge, did the judge look at everything and say, this guy could be a problem if I let him out? And can you also speak to the Mann Act, because you're representing TA against Fat Joe? That's your case, yes?
Yes.
And you've got I don't know how much you want to speak about it, but you've got females who were supposedly minors when Fat Joe was flying them across state lines or from different countries. I know that's a lot that I put on the table, but I'm in no rush. Can you speak to?
Of course.
The judge.
Yes, so
maybe the judge just said, "Hey, this is a gangster." Okay.
No, well, actually, if you are convicted of a dangerous physical violent crime, then you're not supposed to be released. Right? That's just an amendment to the federal rules of criminal procedure. So, he was never going to get out. And then what made it even worse is that his attorneys conceded to the fact that he was violent, which was the first thing that the judge said when he came back. He said, your lawyers, he said, Mr. Agnafilio, during your closing argument, you said your client is violent. You admitted to it. So, yes, I'm going to keep him behind bars. And then they had Cassie and they had whoever else.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Letters in.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Sure.
I don't mean to interrupt. But he wasn't convicted of anything violent, was he? Or was he some type of violence with the transportation of prostitution? Just asking.
Okay, so there was some violence within that, right? So during the testimony, there were Jane. So he was the transportation of prostitution. He was flying Cassie across state lines, and he was beating her on a plane.
Oh wow!
And when they landed, she was forced to have a freak off, right? So that's one. And then the second one was with Jane, where when she was flown. I have to say Jane, we all know who she is.
Right.
She was flown. Yeah, she was flown across state lines, and it was for one thing, but then it turned into a freak off, right? And what the prosecution said was, you don't have to actually engage in the act for it to be a Mann Act. You don't have to complete the act of sexual intercourse, right? You just have to have the intent to transport someone across the state lines for the purposes of engaging in sexual activities, right? How would they be able to prove what your intent is. If you never actually engage in the act, who knows? But the fact that Sean Combs had so many text messages and so many emails and so many flight tickets, and they just had so much evidence of him doing these things. It made it very easy for them to get that. To be quite honest with you, I thought that they were going to get the RICO because of the predicated acts. There were 8 predicated acts there, and they had the evidence, and they proved beyond a reasonable doubt, in my opinion, based on their presentation and their closing argument, that he committed the extortion of Cassie's mother. That's clear cut. The defense never even cross-examined her. Right. So, they kind of conceded that fact. So that's one. Okay. Now, all they needed was to prove one more, and they got him on 2 Mann Act violations. So that's 3. Yeah. So if you add those 2 to the 1, that's 3. That's all she needed is 2. The jury was supposed to check off the box for the RICO, but they just didn't feel comfortable risking sending this man away for the rest of his life. So I really don't think that people should be, Diddy's people shouldn't be, should be celebrating as much as they are. They just found a sympathetic group of men who, didn't think that he should spend the rest of his life for 2 prostitution charges and 1 extortion.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
I think from a cultural connection and a emotional connection, that's why people are celebrating. Had he have gotten,
of course, I get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Had he have gotten life in prison, oh my God, that would have been crazy. But now the Mann Act. I'm trying to cram information here. I was busy today, so I don't have all my notes in front of me. A conviction of the Mann Act means you don't get bail. That's mandatory. Yes, no. That's what I was hearing yesterday.
Yes. Yep. I don't practice criminal law, but from what I understand is that there was an amendment or some sort of change to the sentencing guidelines. Okay. And once you're convicted of it, you do not have the ability to get bail pending appeal, right? So you have to get bail in the beginning of your case. If that's rejected, you go through the case. If you're convicted and you intend to appeal the conviction, you can then apply for bail again, pending the outcome of appeal, depending upon whatever terms the judge and your lawyers come up with that they think is fair. So this judge, like I said before, you focused squarely on the fact that Mark Agnifilio said and conceded the fact that he's violent. So I'll tell you a little bit about this judge. I've had a couple of cases before.
Well, hang on a sec. Hold on.
Go ahead. Sure.
I appreciate your time. Guys, I'm talking to attorney Tyrone Blackburn. You can Google him if you like. Okay, so, and I don't want you to put your strategy, on the table. I mean, unless you want to.
Of course.
You want to. How much of the Mann Act will you be pursuing against Fat Joe? Because listen, Chuck Berry. Okay. Hold on. Chuck Berry, the father of rock and roll, was initially convicted and sentenced to 3 years. But after an appeal on the Mann Act, he served 18 months from February 1962 to October 1963, convicted of the Mann Act. Again, Chuck Berry, for those who don't know, the father of rock and roll. So it's not just Jack Johnson, one of my favorite comedians, well, not comedians, actors, Charlie Chaplin, charged with the Mann Act. So I just want to put all that on the table. Will you be pursuing the Mann Act with regards to Fat Joe on behalf of TA and others?
Yes. So one of the claims is the Trafficking and Victims Protections Act, which is the new name of the Mann Act. Okay. But yes, that claim is already in there. And just
run, Joe, run. Run, Joe.
just so you are aware, I actually since filing Fat Joe's the lawsuit against Fat Joe, a young lady has called me who was 14 at the time in 1995.
Say no more.
And okay.
No. Tell us. I'm just playing. Tell us.
Okay, of course. Yes. 14.
In 1995, she has witnesses. She has a lot of information.
Oh my God.
She's a professional now, and she is eager to come forward and to speak to law enforcement. And I've begun facilitating that request. It's going to be all guns a-blazing. I am not stopping. I am not stalling. I am coming for him with everything that I have. And you know, I'm not of the streets. I'm not from the streets. I went to law school. So for me, I'm a honorary member of the Snitch Network, and I do not have a problem telling. So I will be calling every single government agency that I can find, you know, DEA, FBI, Homeland Security. I'm going to everyone. I don't care who it is. If I have the information, I'm going to share it, and I'm going to provide them with all the intel that I have to make sure that Fat Joe and his entire enterprise is brought to justice.
Pistol Pete is you're also going after Pistol Pete, yes?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Listen, I mean, the statute of limitations for everything that Pistol Pete and
Run Pete, run. Run.
The statute of limitations in New York City is still active. In Miami, they were in Florida. It's still active. It's still live. The criminal statutes for everything that my client has alleged, which we have proof of, and it's in their own voice, and there's timestamps because these men are not that bright. So they sent Instagram messages through burner accounts, then identify themselves in the burner.
I have to say alleged proof. I don't want to get sued by Fat Joe and Pistol Pete.
Of course, alleged proof. Of course, allegedly. So, you know, we will turn that. Well, breaking news: we've turned over a lot already, but we intend to share more as more witnesses come forward. And my phone has been going off with different individuals who were young girls in the high schools in the Bronx back in the day, who had to who had these different experiences with Mr. Cartagena.
Yeah. Hold on one second, Attorney Blackburn. So I want to ask you with regards to the Diddy trial, because people keep saying, and I see this all over social media, Cassie should be arrested. Did Cassie get immunity for her testimony? I forget.
I believe she did, but that immunity does not stretch over into state law claims, right? So Jane Doe got immunity as well. There are things called proffer agreements. So I got a couple of my a couple of my clients.
I've signed proffer agreements.
Yep. So I've brought several people to the prosecutors prior to them raiding Sean Combs' home, and you know, a lot of them got proffer agreements so they can speak freely, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cassie got one as well, so she can speak freely. But the thing is, Diddy is not out of the woods yet, because when I was bringing my claims, I had a couple of clients that I brought to the NYPD to file criminal complaints. Okay. And the NYPD was very eager to take these criminal complaints. And I remember one morning, literally at like 6 a.m., I got a call from the former head of the sex crimes division of the SDNY, and she put the kibosh on me bringing my clients to the special victims unit of the NYPD, which was supposed to happen at 8 o'clock in the morning. And the reason why was because the federal government had put a moratorium on any state or local investigations of Sean Combs until the conclusion of this RICO suit. Now the suit's over, so it is open season on him in Florida, New York, California, and Nevada. All right, those are the 4 states that I know was mentioned during this case of places where he has allegedly caused harm to some of these victims and the witnesses who were testifying. So whether or not these 4 states decide to bring suit against him, a la Harvey Weinstein, That's left to be seen, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do.
If you have more time,
And in those cases, Cassie could potentially, be a co-conspirator, and KK and Gina and anybody else who they would want to name, they could all be tied into the state court claims.
If I can jump in here for a second, Attorney Blackburn. Sure. Okay, so you sent me a PDF with regards to Clayton Howard suing Sean Combs, Cassie Ventura, Bad Boy Records, Epic Records, Beverly Hills Hotel, and others. This was just filed, yes?
Yes, this is filed. I believe that was filed on the 30th. It's not my suit. I don't represent Clayton Howard. But I saw you were talking about it. So I decided to just I went to the docket, I found it, I downloaded it, and I shared it with you so you can have a copy of it. But that's the official document. Yes. He filed it pro se. I think on the bottom it says, and it's filed in the Central District of California.
And Clayton Howard, for those who don't know, is one of the alleged, or is he a confirmed escort with regards to?
Yes. His photo. Yep. So during the trial, he was one of the 13 men that was named. And I believe that his stage name at the time was Dave.
Dave and Mr. Howard. Dave and Mr. Howard, not to be confused with what's the other guy's name? Troll babies.
The Punisher.
Okay, this is not the Punisher, but this guy Clayton Howard.
Nope.
Is suing Diddy, Cassie, and others. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. And then so I actually filed a recent lawsuit in California for Edmond Laurent, who's another sex worker, against Sean Combs, and he too is alleging to have contracted an STI from Mr. Combs and was drugged and anally penetrated by Mr. Combs when he passed out. And that lawsuit was filed by my local co-counsel, Rodney Diggs, in LA County.
But now, thus far, we have had no evidence that Diddy plowed anybody, right? There's been accusations, and it came out in the court that he was rubbing male semen on his nipples. But did he plow anybody? I didn't hear that.
Well, according to Edmund, he walked in, had a sip of a drink. They were preparing to engage in a normal freak off with him and Cassie. He was supposed to stay there for a couple of hours. He wakes up 24 hours later, and he has pressure in his rectum. And when he took a drink, there was only 2 people in the room. And when he woke up, the same 2 was there. So,
Wow.
And then he ended up contracting an STI. So in his rectum, nowhere else.
Oh my God.
There's bumps or something around. Yeah.
TMI. Okay.
Yep.
And I just pulled up something here. Listen, I'm not trying to kick Joe's back in, but allegedly in 1994, when Fat Joe's former bodyguard was charged with murder, authorities alleged that Fat Joe witnessed the killing and then cooperated with the police. So I would imagine.
You're talking about the 16-year-old? Yes, the 16-year-old kid, I believe it was, who was arguing with Fat Joe at a nightclub in the Bronx. We have we have that article.
Okay.
And the individual, his name is Sing Sing, and he's currently serving a life sentence. Upstate New York for Fat Joe, and I believe that this Sing Sing character may have some information on a few Latin kings who are no longer here, that also had problems with Fat Joe. So we're also exploring those claims and allegations.
One more question before you go, Attorney Blackburn. So you were coming out of your driveway recently, a week or 2 ago. And you backed up, and a process server said that you hit him. He fell down. You were arrested. Yes. Did you get a DAT, a desk appearance ticket? Did you do 24 hours in the bullpen? What happened? Can you speak about that or what?
Well, I can't say much about that. But I will come back and tell you everything you want to know about that.
Can you tell us what were you driving? What were you driving? Just tell us what you're driving.
I was driving a Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 truck. Yeah.
So you were in a truck and you couldn't see him, and something happened. But
so I can tell you this. I did not mow anyone down. I'm not a violent person. I did not run anyone down as I'm being accused of by TMZ, who, by the way, knew that I was that I had a warrant out for my arrest before I knew. And they just so happened to call me the day after I filed Fat Joe's lawsuit to tell me that. And then a few days later, I'm arrested, and before I'm even fingerprinted and processed through the system, they were running the article with this guy. I forgot his name. He has a lot of fillers in his lips and Botox. I think it's a Joe Tackle something. But he was there talking about that I mowed this guy down. Listen, all of that will be sorted. Will be sorted out, and the truth will be revealed. And once that's done, I'll come back and give you the full detail of everything.
Attorney Blackman, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tapping in.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Attorney Tyrone Blackburn. He says he watches the Star Report daily. Okay. Let's go to area code 347. Good evening. Did you send in a donation and I meant to get to you? 347, are you there?
I sent yeah, I'm there. I sent it to the wrong one.
That's okay. How are you? Where do you want to start? 347.
I want to start on the Puff, my man Puff situation, big stuff.
Okay. I just need to make sure that you watch the language, okay? It's my main concern tonight.
Yeah.
Watch the language.
Yeah, so Puff situation, he get caught up with the Mann Act, right? So, I mean, at first it was established being racist and prejudiced against black people. So we as the people, we should be pushing back to get this law taken off the books. Okay. And a lot of people got this hatred for Puff. Like, you know what I mean? Puff did a bad thing to Cassie, okay, but that's not what he's charged for. And that's not what he's dealing with. He's dealing with what he's charged for.
Right.
And it's messed up. They charge all these fictitious things on him so they can make him look bad in front of the jury, which should be illegal. You know what I mean? Because he's not getting a fair trial. And then let alone he try to put up $50 million to get bailed out. Like $50 million is not enough to secure that he's not going to do nothing wrong or creepy or bad. Like that's not enough money to promise that. That's enough money to promise that. Right. Like it's messed up what's going on. I think the judge is going to slam him. Like the way the judge is acting, the way he's speaking, it seems like the judge is going to slam him, and it's bad because judges have immunity. Prosecutors have immunity, so they can do whatever they want and violate you, and you got to deal with it. You know, it's unfortunate.
You're speaking facts.
It slams it.
No, seriously, you're speaking facts that people should, lawmakers, policymakers, that this Mann Act needs to be revised or something because it's part of what's keeping him locked up right now. He's first time offender. That's crazy. Come on.
That's insane. But they using everything else which been exposed, which has nothing to do with the case, and using it as collateral to treat him the way they treating him.
Right.
Which should be not appropriate and shouldn't be accepted. And where's the politicians? Where's the lawmakers, legislators? Where's the Trump? Where's the people that's going to speak up and stand up for that? Saying, listen, this is not what he's dealing with. Y'all abusing your power and y'all taking advantage of him. Y'all have immunity. We're not going to talk. Speaking up and standing up for that. Right. And this is what I'd be annoyed. Like, I'm American. I love my country. I'm African American. I love my country. I'm with the white people. That's my family. I don't care what they did in the past with slavery. I understand, but that's not the same people today. Right. And some people do stuff today, but that's still we family. Black and white people are family, no matter what. That's our people. That's our America. I'd be damn. I'm let somebody else abuse my white people before I get there.
Can I ask how old are you, sir?
In America.
Can I ask how old are you?
I'm 46.
Okay.
No, I'm 46. And
you've been speaking facts, but now hang on a second. Hang on a second. It's okay to love white people, but they're not your family. So unless you're married,
he's human, man.
Hold on.
He's human.
Unless you're married with some Caucasians, but you see, I got a friend named Rory, and there's others like him. So it's not it's not love is love. We all bleed the same blood.
Still family.
That's cap, sir. Slow it down. I'm trying to help you. That's cap. But go ahead.
But like I said, even in your own family, you got cousins that do stuff to you, friends that do stuff. You're still family, even the good or the bad. That doesn't mean you don't get held accountable and get addressed about the issue, but we still family. You know what I mean? I support my Americans. I support white Americans. I support black Americans. That's what I'm supporting. That's what I'm standing up for. I'm supporting anybody to support our country and be pushing our agenda first. But anybody that's not with us, get them out of here. The immigration thing is crazy. They always saying something negative about black people. It's our country. Don't come in our country trying to talk about us and put us down. Go back to your country. The Muslims want past every Muslim country to come to America. And I'm Muslim too. But you want past every Muslim country to come to America, but you talk trash about America. All you immigrants want past all of that.
Hang on a second. You say you're Muslim. You're Muslim.
Yeah, I'm Muslim. Okay. You know what I mean? But I love my country and I support it. Don't talk.
Do you offer salat, sir? So slow down, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm not perfect, but neither is nobody. America's not perfect, but we better than most other people that's selling their country out or selling their people out. We do better for our people than your country's doing. That's why y'all running over here. Y'all coming to America. Y'all ain't doing nothing over here. Y'all just coming to take, send money back home and wave your flag in your country, but talk trash about
Brittany Renner has taken off the hijab. Yes, can you speak to that for a second? She's up on the gram.
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on, please. Up on the gram, she's got a booty poked out, and she's playing with the little nasty afro. Any thoughts? Do you want to speak to that? She was sitting in the vehicles talking about Allahu Akbar and all that fly-ish, and not even what, a year later she's taking the hijab off. Oh my goodness, come on!
I knew she was capping from the get-go. I was hoping she was really going to be serious, but I knew she was capping. She's just trying to get to Kevin Gates and get to his pocket and please him. That's all she was doing, but she wasn't sincere. I think Kevin knew that too. He just was trying to smash because he a wild boy too. But that's all. He was just having fun. They all having fun, entertainment, enjoying themselves. It's their world. I mean, I care less, but I see it. It's disrespectful, but it is what it is. This is the society we live in. Everybody can do what they want to do, live how they want to live, and I don't care as long as you ain't bothering me or hurting me. Do your thing. Just don't hurt my family. Don't hurt the innocent, the poor, the kids. Leave them alone. They let everybody live, and she do what she want to do. I knew she was like that, though, bro. I knew she wasn't for real. Everyone knew that. You know how it goes.
Do you support Sharia law, sir? Let's take it slow. Take it slow.
Yeah.
You said you're a Muslim. You said you offer.
Listen.
Hold on, sir. Please. You offer salat. How many times a day do you offer salat?
I offer salat like 8 times. I do the extra prayers. I do my mandatory 5.
Yeah, I was about to say it's only 5, and you're saying, well, okay, now hang on. Now, hang on, please. With all due respect, I'm not asking you to say anything about committing violence to Brittany Renner, but should she be stoned, sir? She put on the hijab and hang on.
Okay.
The hijab is a sign of enlightenment. You're not covering anything. I mean, it's enlightenment. That's why the females wear it. Should she be stoned according to Sharia law?
No, she just have a right to live her life and choose what she want to choose. It's her choice. It's the society we live in. And at the top of these guys, the so-called Muslims talk all that stuff, they're not really establishing the religion the way they're supposed to do it anyway. So they shouldn't have no.
Sir, with all due respect, you're not Muslim, sir.
What?
Sir, respectfully, she should be stoned.
No. There's been times when that happened in the past, they didn't stone her. You don't stone her, man. You just pray for her. And you be supportive of her and help her.
Okay.
Don't be like that. You have mercy. Because God is merciful. It's not mercy only just for you. It's mercy for everyone. Everyone wants mercy for themselves. Okay. And some people be like that. Just think
I appreciate the call, sir.
Like, no. Thank you too, sir. God bless.
You, okay. What did he say? God bless? Why did he say Allahu Akbar or Inshallah or something? Huh? Mark says, Star, what's wrong with you? I'm spoiled, Mark. I'm from the suburbs. I'm still the same spoiled kid that I've always been. And Mark, there's only one R in my name, sir. It's not STARR, but I was going to put your comment on the screen, but I can't find it. Anyway, thank you. Hey, Evelyn, I got your donation. Where's Evelyn? I feel like talking. Is Evelyn in the queue? Evelyn, I so appreciate you tapping in from Long Beach, California. Good morning.
How you doing, Star?
I'm alive.
That's good. That's always good to hear. I didn't get you yesterday. I had appointments.
It's okay.
But I did watch the show later on.
Thank you.
And I've been watching you tonight. I had a question for the attorney, but he got on off the line. But you might can answer it for me because you always say, "Oh, I'm just a high school dropout." But really, you're really smarter than a lot of these attorneys because you came up with a lot of things that they should have or could have charged Diddy with, and they did not. Okay, so this was one question I wanted to ask them. Didn't they change the law for this Mann Act and pimping and pandering into sex trafficking from the pimp called Snooki? Didn't he create case law?
Snooki out of Chicago,
right?
Who was in the "Pimps Up, Hoes Down" documentary? Yeah. I forget.
I think they made case law for him.
Yeah, I forget, but Snooki was hardcore. Snooki used to make sure that his girls' heads were bowed when he was talking to somebody else. Yeah. Their heads were bowed, and he was the one that was always talking about the jewels and the tools. And he may have, I don't know how much time he got, but you could be right. I don't know.
I think they gave him like 30 years.
Lord have mercy.
That's why that was the question I had for the lawyer, but maybe I don't know. Maybe you know the answer to it. I think that they gave him 30 years behind this charge that they got on Puff right now.
Jesus.
And this is another question that I have for him. Now, as far as these male hookers that came from California or wherever else, Las Vegas, that they came from, first of all, when you are escort and you work for an escort service, they make you sign an agreement stating that you're not going to have sex with clients if you're working for an escort service. And if you do have sex, that's on you.
You indemnify the agency from any and all wrongdoing or anything. If you do have sex,
and that's on you if you have sex with clients. So they should have. And then furthermore, if Puff didn't pay them directly, they never found anything where Puff paid them for their work as an escort. That Cassie paid them. Now she might have got the money from Puff, but so what? Sir, you can give me $1,000 right now and say, Evelyn, here, take the $1,000. Go buy yourself something nice. Oh, I might want to go buy myself an escort. Okay. Now, if I can go out with the escort, now if I want to do something with them, then that's on me.
Evelyn, I don't mean to cut you short, but where we are now is that he has been detained because of the judge saying he's a threat to society. Also, and hang on. And the Mann Act law, a conviction of the Mann Act is mandatory no bail. I have to pull the case law. I've been busy, but so yeah, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. But we are at a different point in time right now. Violating the Mann Act, and what happens now moving forward, in your opinion? What type of time do you think they're going to give him? That's where we are now.
No, I feel like that they're going to give him probably 5 and 5.
Come on.
To make 10.
Come on.
5 and 5 to make 10 because they think he's soft and he's not going to last it. And I think he will. I think he can last it because now, wait a minute. Hopefully, they'll send him someplace like they sent Martha Stewart. Now, if Martha Stewart can handle it,
stop it, Evelyn. Stop it. You're talking about a Caucasian female.
I hope they do.
Okay.
I hope they do. Well, what about Lauryn Hill? She had to stand it.
Lauren Hill was a tax evader. Hold on, Evelyn. I appreciate you, but Martha Stewart was convicted of insider trading, if I remember correctly. Lauren Hill, tax evasion. We're talking about a black man, the Mann Act. You can't compare those cases. But come on.
No. I was just saying that they was all fed cases.
Right.
I'm saying that they all went to not a grubby, really messed up prison.
Right.
They went to like a Camp Cupcake prison. I'm saying I hope that if he do have to do that type of time, that he will go somewhere. Let me think of somebody white. Michael Milken. That somewhere like he went.
You're going too far back.
Well, hey, I can't think of too many black people that got fair cases that went to a nice place. They sent them somewhere like down in Georgia. Yeah. What is the one called in Georgia? They sent them to some place very effed up. Okay. You know, they don't send them to no nice places.
What if they send Diddy to Alligator Alcatraz? What if they send him there?
Oh, hell no. Now, why would that's going too far right there. That really nobody should have that.
I'm just picking with you.
Nobody should have that. Because first of all, some of the guards could even get killed down there by alligators and snakes.
Yeah. Okay. Evelyn, I hate to cut you short. I got to get back to some videos. Can you land your plane, please? I appreciate hearing from you.
Okay. I will, Star. I want to ask you, Star, what type of time do you think that he's going to receive?
I have no idea. I was wrong with regards to thinking he was going to get, bail. I was wrong. I didn't know. I was wrong. Nope. I can't say.
They twisting the screws, Star. Twisting the screws. But I'm landing my plane right there.
Thank
you have a good rest of the night, and I'm going to continue to watch.
Thank you, Evelyn. Salute to you. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Someone sent a donation with regards to Yamiko, the black snake, on my Squirrel Party page. Okay, is it 1 hour and 19 minutes? That's when Yamiko comes on the screen. If I understand you correctly, thank you so much. Okay, in the live chat, someone says, Wesley Snipes and Jesse Jackson Jr. went to decent prisons. Wesley Snipes went to prison for tax evasion, if I'm not mistaken. Jesse Jackson Jr., I forget what he went for. Was it accepting gifts and stuff? Was he taking fancy watches and all that sort of crazy stuff? Okay, hang on a second. Somewhere on the screen right there says, Rob 816, under federal guidelines, Puffy should get less than 2 years. Okay. Everybody hold on the queue, please. Hold on the queue. Hold on the queue. Yes, on my other YouTube channel, if you go into the community section of this Star Report YouTube page where it says post, it says P-O-S-T at the top. Let me just go there and make sure. Hold on a second. That's the community section. It will take you to, yeah, it's right there. Just type in at the top P-O-S-T-S, and then the link comes up. Let me just double check, make sure it's still working. Yeah, there's a picture. Yamiko means child of darkness. It's right there. Go to the page. Please leave a nice, fun comment. Squirrels jumping around, doing what they do. Oh. Peace. Are you there, sir?
Nigga. Come on. This last night, this Zanzibar, man. Long time no here. Just got in from the Waffle House.
Right.
Let's get it going, man.
Peace, Fuquan. How
Let's
are
get
you?
it going.
How are you, fam? Peace, Fuquan.
I'm doing swell. Peace with you, man. Peace with with everybody. Peace with everybody. You know, love and respect.
Absolutely.
I'm a little bit wasted, a little tasted, but
listen, as you should be. You lived a boss life. You're now down in the South. You raised in Jersey. You should be coming in from the Waffle House this time of night. You know, good to hear from you.
Come on, Ali Kwan.
Yeah.
Come on, Ali.
What's going on, God? What's going on, God?
Look, man. You know, look, man. We gotta give it up to the real, true God. The bless and protect us all. But let's get to it, man. Like,
let's go.
The black man, we don't have no refuge, man. We don't have no. We don't have that, man. Just as much as, you know, this alligator island or whatever, how soon is it going to be before they come pick me up? How soon is it going to be before they pick any of us up? I mean, this whole thing with Puffy and all this stuff. Come on, man. Open your eyes. Wake up, black people. Wake up, man. Wake up. I'm down to the last leg. It ain't nothing left, man. And I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm scrambling, getting my thoughts together. But
it's all good. But now hold on a second. I'm not trying to put your business out there. Born and raised in Jersey, you're a real one. I know your pedigree. But now you've been in the South over 20 years, living high up off the hog. Yes.
Well, you know, you can't. You know, wherever you go, whatever you do, you got to pay your dues, man.
Of course. No, I'm just saying you pay the cost to be the boss. But now you worried about the feds coming to get you from something from 1996? Easy.
No. It's just the fact that you know, each one teach one, educate. You know, educate, motivate, and the only thing you got is your neighbor. You know, like I said, man, I'm all over the world. I'm all over the place. I seen that you was on, and I just had to get out there, man. I had to say something, and you know, this whole thing with Puffy. Come on, he a creep, he a sleaze, but shit, I got a girl coming in from Florida. Nigga might hit me and say I'm trafficking.
Easy, Fuquan.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy. Come on, I don't want you to tell on yourself.
Well, come on, man. You know I'm lying, man. You know I'm lying. I got a flex for the text, but I'm just saying that's how easy it is. Right. So any of us is vulnerable. Any of us. At any given time. That, you know, I ain't got too much. You know, my plane went up, it crashed, and that's all I gotta say, man. I was glad to see that you was on a late night. Yeah. I just wanted to hear what you had to say. I'm all over the world. But wake up, black people. Wake up, man.
Hey, man.
We never know who might be next.
Good to hear from you. Peace to you and the whole family, man. Salute.
True, you too, man. Love us all.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
keep it going.
Okay. Peace. Fuquan. Oh, man. It's solid, man. Yeah. I'm not going to say that too crazy, man. A man changed his life. He turned his life around, man. That's one of them old school New Jersey niggas. Who sent it a cash up? Thank you so much. Hey, La Clara. Is it La Clara or La Clara? Got your donation with your pretty self. She says, that white boy Rory was talking loud and saying nothing. Hey, Coco. Coco says, check your email. Thank you. Peace, Muhammad. Got your donation. Is it Antone? Got your donation. Ashton, I got your donation. Cash App. Guys, the Cash App is on the screen. Don't be scared of it. It's there for you. David, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Hold on. I got to play some more video footage. I see a bunch of people in the phone queue. Guys, are you hitting the like button? I mean, in order for me to stay up this late, you know, it has to make sense, you know, as the old saying goes, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, you know. Don't be scared of the Cash App. It's there for you. the PayPal. Who's this on the screen right here? Yes, and okay. Thank you so much. So on the other YouTube channel, Squirrel Party, 1 hour and 19 minutes. Yamaka, the child of darkness, goes across that Squirrel Party deck, and one of the squirrels comes out and just waits for the snake to get off the playing field. And it's back to business. Can you believe somebody sent me a nasty email about Squirrel Party? Damn, I looked at that and I said, what's wrong with people? Just squirrels and snakes and the Blue Jays. Just somebody just mad that I'm enjoying my life. I found that to be so crazy. Darryl, I got your donation. Thank you so much. The Star Report, love the content. Thank you, sir. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna play no audio, no, but I'm gonna put this on the screen. Look at her.
Damn, I ain't never gay.
No, that's a copyright strike. Glorilla. Look at her, huh? She used Islam for clout. Whew. That's a violation. Let me play it again. I'm not going to play the music because, again, that's Glorilla. I'm sure that's a copyright strike. So Fred Bucks says, F is that. Well, that's your girl right there. That's Brittany. She has taken the hijab off. I guess it was just all for fun. I don't know. And thank you for your donation. Sister Bethy. Hey, Sister Bethy. I don't have my contacts in. Star Diddy charged with 2 counts for transporting with intent to prostitute. This we know. Heck, Uber drivers transport prostitutes to their destinations. What's the difference? Sister Bethy, I don't know. I was wrong. I thought he was coming home, and I'm man enough to say that. So it's beyond me at this point. Let me put that on the screen. I've been playing some videos with regards to the history of the Mann Act. I've got some other stuff I want to play. It's beyond me. Thank you, Deeds. Okay. Everybody, hold on. Where are my notes? Okay, I played the baby oil party already. We played part of the alternate juror, okay? Can I just go left here for a second? Do you mind? Well, what's going on with the homie Woody? What's going on with Woody? Woody's talking about call him if you need your grass cut. And this video came out 10 days ago. I thought he was rolling in money and doing appearances and club walkthroughs. The hell's going on with Woody?
Let me tell y'all something about friendship. Friendship don't just go away like this when somebody mad. A lot of these people don't really be y'all friend. They just be using y'all to their own benefits. They want what you got. They want the attention that you get. It's something that they're around you for, because a real friend won't fall out with you because you associate with people they don't like, or because you did something that they may disagree with. Let me tell y'all something, man. Be careful y'all make y'all friend, because if they so easily turn their back and say F you because of small, minor things, don't let it get serious. A real friend gonna be with you no matter what. A real friend gonna tell you what's right, and
is he about to cry?
What's wrong, but they're gonna stand right on the side of you. You understand me? Listen, a lot of people ain't their friend, your friend. They want to use you. They want to take advantage of you. And when you no benefit to them, they get rid of you like you're dirty.
He back in jail?
But it's okay. I'm here to open y'all eyes on everybody. Tell them to line this shit up. West Sound, y'all know what time it is, man. Listen, all summer long.
What's going on with Woody?
Cars, clean grass, take your trash out. That what you want to pay me for? Tap in with me. I swear to God, you got to be in Atlanta, Cobb, DeKalb, Clay County, Gwinnett. You got to be in the surrounding areas. The farthest I might go is 45 minutes away from Atlanta. I ain't going no further than that. I ain't going 46. But listen, if you want your grad cut today, get at me. Drop a comment, hit me in the DM. Seriously, business on it. If you ain't serious and you DM me, I'm gonna block your ass. I ain't got time to play. I'm trying to make some money. I'm going broke. I'm tired of wearing the same clothes. Whatever these niggas got to say about me, I'm tired of it. So y'all, you know what I mean? Tap in, make sure that. And I got my boy hitting me. I got a few. That man got a damn do-rag on. Look like goddamn Malibu Mo one. Let me get back to the point. Hey, listen, it's all serious business though. Get at me right now. Let's go. Am I tripping? But
well, what's going on with Woody? Is he serious? Is he back in jail, guys? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I pay attention to the bullshit. Didn't Woody shoot up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop years ago? Yes, no? I could have swore he shot. Okay. Yeah, he shot up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop. Didn't he shoot him? Gave him some hot slugs. Now he's crying, talking about friends. The hell? Area code 610. Good morning. Are you there? Late night 610.
Yeah, what's up, Star?
Hey, how are you, sir? It's cracking.
I'm well. Yourself?
I'm alive, sir. Niggas are dying. I'm alive.
Every day.
I got
every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so they were talking about how much time you think they're gonna give Diddy.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be just enough to humble him and bring him back. Because that's what I believe all this was about from the beginning. He out there making enemies of the liquor company.
Uh-oh.
He out there.
You going there? Go ahead.
Doing all type of craziness. And once you start disrespecting them type of people who have way bigger than you, way more connections than you, way more money than you, gotta knock them down a peg.
Hey, you're talking.
Also,
hold on a second. Somebody sent in the perfect. What really? What he got? Rebrand? Change that name? Okay. Send me the new name via email. I'm sorry, sir. Somebody got the perfect comment right here on the screen. There's no humbling the devil, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Woody is going. His failure is going to be his own success. He's never been a bright person, so to speak. And
hang on a second, sir. We're jumping around here. Diddy, you said they want to humble him. I agree with the comment on the screen. There's no humbling the devil. Let's go back for a second.
That's a new one to me, but I respect that. I respect that. I definitely think he's going to get anywhere from 2 to 3 years. They're going to give him time served. He's going to appeal, and he might come back off appeal.
Okay.
But but between all the money he done spent so far, and not including all these civil cases that he has and everything else that's going to come up, it's. I mean, you could replace the word humble with disgracing him.
Okay.
Dehumanizing him.
Okay.
Anything other than to keep him at the status he once was at.
Okay. I'm listening, sir. You there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my phone.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. Can I comment on Woody though?
Yeah. Did he change his name, and is he in jail now? What's going on with Woody?
I don't know if he changed his name, but what has always been a little off to me about him and his situation is he came up off of being a character of people laughing at him and his antics in court. And for him to have a come up off of that and it to be so sudden, it's going to be his downfall. Okay. He never appeared to me to be a bright person. and he's out doing all kind of antics, crashing 4-wheelers. He's on the internet now, you know, asking to mow lawns and all the craziness. His downfall is going to be the success he came up on.
Is he trolling or is he really cutting lawns to get paid? I don't know.
It'd be sad if he out there cutting lawns at this point, because I'm sure he got a bag from all the opportunities he had. You said the club walkthroughs, the 20v1s, and all the other things he been getting paid for. If he out there cutting grass now, someone that led that man astray. And
I personally think that's a lot more honorable, cutting grass and things of that nature, as opposed to doing walkthroughs in clubs and violence and shootings, all that sort of jazz. I would go with cutting lawns, me personally. But go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, you play in them type of environments, and you have to deal with the consequences that come from them environments. And like I said, he's never been a bright person, so he needs somebody to lead him, or for him to live a life that is less stressful, so he's not out in the streets reacting to the craziness.
Okay. He shot up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop, yes?
Yeah.
Did he shoot his father? Did he get shot?
That I'm not sure. I'll check, but I don't recall.
Can you Google right now? I got time, so I might do it all night. Can you Google Troll Babies? Did Woody shoot Rich Homie Quan's father?
Let's see.
What you got? I thought he gave him some hot slugs.
Let's see.
All right, Peter Rich Homie Quan. I like some.
Woody admits, well, it says on hiphop.com, all hip hop. Lil Woody admits to shooting up admits to shooting up Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop. It doesn't say whether he actually hit him.
I thought he gave him some slugs. I mean, I'm not trying to clown him, but I could have swore. But he's up on social media talking about friends.
Yeah.
Damn near crying. Anyway, all right. But look, man, I appreciate the call. And we're talking about the Mann Act. Are you up to speed on it?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know all the specifics, but I thought it had to do with protecting white women from pimps.
Bella Moore was the first person convicted, not Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was convicted in 1913, but Bella Moore is the first person, a female, convicted of the Mann Act. Okay. I appreciate the call.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right now.
Hang on a second, guys. People versus Moore. An all-white jury convicted Bella Moore, a mixed-race woman from New York, for the compulsory prostitution of two white women, Alice Milton and Bella Woods, using the Mann Act. In October and November of 1912, boxer Jack Johnson was arrested twice under the Mann Act. He was pardoned in 2018. See, I've got my notes here, but, I want to give other people a chance to talk. Hey, Sunday, I got your donation on the screen. Sunday, how are you? It's been a while since we spoke. What's cracking with Sunday, guys? I got some other videos I want to play here. It's late night, Here's my boy Trump. Hold on. What's 4-7 talking about now? Who's he threatening now? Let me go on record and say, if they do give Diddy a decade, Trump will give him a pardon before he leaves office. I'm saying that right now.
Mr. President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zorhan Mandami, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zorhan Mandami.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation. We send him money. We send him all the things that he needs to run a government. And by the way, they get about 3 times what you get, Ron. If you look at the per capita, Florida gets 1/3 of what New York gets in terms of the numbers. Why don't you give us those numbers?
Yeah, well,
Because that's what we should send him.
Yeah, well, like sometimes people say Florida gets more because they count Social Security recipients, but that's not money to the state. Those are seniors that live here. If they move to North Carolina, you could count it there. So it has no interaction with the state government. They get more on the city and state governments than we get.
Right, substantially. We're going to be watching that very carefully, and a lot of people are saying he's here illegally. He's, we're going to look at everything, and ideally, he's going to turn out to be much less than a communist. But right now, he's a communist. That's not a socialist. I've always said we will not have socialism in this country. In the speeches, I said, well, what? They skipped socialism, and you got a lot of them like that. And you see AOC, she's out there with her, bad IQ. She's out there ranting and raving about how wonderful he is. And look, so far he's winning. He still has a race to win, but so far he's winning, and he has an advantage as a Democrat in New York City. I was there a long time ago, and it was a long time since a Republican won the city. But you would think that a Republican would be able to win. Or you have a good independent running, Mayor Adams, who's a very good person. I helped him out a little bit. He had a problem, and he was unfairly hurt over this question. He made a statement to the effect that this is terrible. New York City can't.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So Trump is supporting Mayor Eric Adams. Are you listening? Are you listening? Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to call in? Trump is supporting the black man. Call in. Aaron, is that you? Tapping in area code 202. Aaron.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Star?
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking?
Happy 4th of July, man.
Absolutely.
Happy America Day.
Same
man.
to you. Absolutely, man. I'm just up late night here, just talking about a few things. Where do you want to start, man?
Well, shouts out to that bill that got passed. I'm glad to see it happen. I think it's very consequential in the history of the country going forward. We'll just see how aggressive they get. This and birthright citizenship. Mm-hmm. If Trump can reverse this birthright citizenship, he'll go down to be as the best president of all time. So we'll just see what happens. But when it comes to New York City, that guy, did you see that Indian guy put black on he marked black as his race to get into his college?
I didn't click on the video, but what are you talking about specifically for those who don't know what you're saying? Because I'm going to play a video here shortly of the Democratic nominee in terms of New York City mayor race.
So I saw today that I think in his application to Columbia, he marked black.
College student, you're talking about?
He marked that he was black.
College student.
Yeah. So, he lied about that because he's actually Indian, I believe. He's Indian, and his family went to Uganda, and Idi Amin kicked him out. And then, being the natural parasites that they are.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
So, in fact, in terms of immigration, as somebody that's educated, in this country, you have if you're black, you have a black upper class and you have a black, middle to lower class, mm-hmm. right? So if you're black middle to lower class, let's say you didn't go to university, let's say, you weren't a part of all these organizations or whatnot, your jobs are being taken by the blue collar work. Many of those people coming from either Africa or South America. Some of that coming illegally and being hired under the table, et cetera, et cetera. But what's worse than that is these people that come from Asia, whether it be, India or...
Well, hang on a second, Aaron. I don't mean to cut you short, but I haven't even gotten to that video yet of Zoran Mamdani. I do want to play that just to give some context. The Mann Act and Diddy is my main focus. Any thoughts with regards to that? I thought he was going to get out on bail yesterday. Such was not the case. Did you have any predictions? Do you have any now with regards to his sentencing or the case in its entirety?
Yeah, he's going to do time. I think that law, I think that entire thing should not be, I don't think that should be illegal anymore. All dating is now prostitution, and all prostitution is dating. So this is outdated. But he's going. I think he's going to do time. I think he's going to do. I think each count carries 10 years. I think he'll do 10 years.
Okay.
And it's funny because this is the one thing that they got him on. And I don't. A lot of people look at the case as a victory. I don't look at the case as a victory at all.
Well,
I think
in comparison to what it could have been, you do have to acknowledge that he was facing life in prison. So that's a small celebration, if you will. But okay, so are you a Diddy hater, or are you just being objective, saying he's gonna do some time?
I'm a Diddy fan.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with his homosexual lifestyle. And that's all he was guilty of, was being gay. All gay people do the same thing that Diddy does. I mean, they have a very degenerate lifestyle. But in terms of his business acumen, in terms of what he was able to do at such a young age, and then also being an alum of the same university as me, I'm a Diddy fan. Diddy had to deal with a lot of dirty people. One of my favorite lessons that Diddy ever told everybody was when he made those people walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake.
Okay.
And if you watch that episode in Making the Band, he tells them, he tells them, I have to deal with people every day, and I have to do things that I don't like every single day, and I have to check my ego. And we don't know the type of people that Diddy had to deal with in the music industry. I can tell you that the music industry is very dirty.
Oh, yeah.
It's very crooked, and it's not black. And so Diddy was able to find a way for himself in some of these buildings and amongst some of these people. So, and was it always clean? Did Diddy always do things clean? No, but it's not a clean industry.
No.
So,
hey, do you want to hold on a second? I do want to play before we get too far past it. Trump just took a hard shot at Zoran, who's running for the mayor of New York City. You want to hang on while I play this other video?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, stay right there. And guys, that's a good book I recommend to anybody who's looking to do something in the industry by way of writing music, producing, covering yourself legally, jingles, anything with regards to royalties, residuals, publishing. That's a great book because that guy went through a lot with regards to his creations and the legal aspects of things that he faced, and people literally taking his creation. So I recommend that book, The Anatomy of a Corporate Lynching. It's in my community section. All right. Let me get this other video on the screen here. This is, again, the guy who's running for mayor in New York City, for those who are interested in that. And I think you should be, especially if you're FBA or ADOS or anybody up there in that New York City area. This guy could be a problem for you. Here we go.
President Trump wasting no time taking aim at the now official Democratic nominee for New York City mayor.
Day one of Zoran Mamdani's campaign met with threats of arrest and deportation. 6 11's Kirsten Cole joining us live here in the studio with more on this. Kirsten, good morning. And good morning to you guys. And we've heard similar threats from President Trump previously. Now they're leveled at him. Mamdani is not shy about taunting the president in response in this moment, releasing his very first campaign video. He's talking about how people who voted for Trump in the recent election now voted for him in the Democratic primary, a shift in support as the president now threatening to withhold even more money in New York City. Zoran Mamdani, officially named the Democratic nominee after 3 rounds of rank choice voting. Mamdani, a Democratic socialist, besting Andrew Cuomo 56% to 44%. And that win puts him in the crosshairs of President Trump, who's now incorrectly labeling the nominee a communist, and went on to issue a threat to Mamdani, saying he'll have him arrested if he's elected and interferes with ICE agents, then using another by now familiar tactic, calling into question Mamdani's legal naturalization status. He's been a citizen since 2018. He then called Mayor Eric Adams a good independent.
Those voters came back. Brighton Beach went for Trump by 44 points. Last week, we won it by 16.
President Trump also referenced money that's earmarked for the city, mostly for education and services for the poor. He's previously withheld funds to New York State and even pulled money paid to New York City back out of its coffers. Dan Cassino, a political scientist at Fairleigh Dickinson University, saying we could see more of that.
The city is still getting, think about $7 billion a year in direct transfers from the federal government. And almost all of that is for education and services for the poor. Now, we should say all of this, saying, well, if I don't like your mayor, I'm going to cut, spending that's been allocated by Congress and passed by Congress. That is all illegal. Like, you're not allowed to do that at all.
Mamdani responding in a statement, the president of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp, and deported. Not because I've broken any law, but because I will refuse to let ICE terrorize our city. We will not accept this intimidation. And just on Monday, we saw the power of the purse at play. More money withholding tactics. The Education Department federally notifying states that $7 billion in money already approved by Congress would not be distributed. It was meant to pay for after school and summer programming, as well as support for students learning English. Another example of how the executive branch is using funding to push its own agenda.
Okay, Aaron, now you're not a New Yorker, you're in Kansas City, right? But do you want to comment on that? Because you do have some knowledge of what's going on. And
yeah, he should be deported. He should be deported. He's not an American. You're telling me you just got status in 2018? Yeah, so this is why the birthright citizenship stuff should happen. Because there's no way that you're telling me in 7 years you became an American.
Right.
No, I mean, you and your bloodline are a ravenous group of parasites. You were kicked out of Africa by Idi Amin, your relatives were. You put black on your I think you checked black to get into Colombia.
No.
And Trump is absolutely right. You should be deported. You should not have, this is a failure of the United States. This is a failure. This is a problem. America is not you cannot do this. You cannot sit up here and say, America is not a place of love and acceptance for everybody. America is a place of discrimination, racism, xenophobia, all the stuff that they say it is. America is that. What you cannot do is have one group of people who have to play by these rules and then turn around and then change the rules and say, now we're open for everybody. No, I don't believe in that. I hope Trump does deport him. I hope Trump does lock him up. He's not an American to me.
Okay.
He's not. Does he seem American to you?
No, but
his name is Zordani.
Yeah, Zoran. Hey man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you tapping in. Did you see the mammy outside of the courthouse with the baby oil all over her body? Any comments on that? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the group. Which one? I saw Remy Ma get in trouble. That's a Remy Mammy. And then I saw the people. I saw the people throwing baby oil on themselves.
Yeah, outside the courthouse, and she took the wig off. Anyway, hey man, good to talk to you, Aaron.
Yeah, man, you too. All right,
sir. Take care, Aaron. Tapping in. I was trying to find a video, but I'm not going to keep looking. Bella Moore, first person convicted of the Mann Act in 1910. I'm trying to see if there's any more information. Trying to see how much time she did. 1910, People versus Moore. She was a mixed race woman, as I said, from New York. Compulsory prostitution of 2 white women. Jack Johnson was the second person convicted of the Mann Act. And thank you, Deeds. Deeds sent me a text message saying Rich Homie Kwan's father was shot 6 times. Damn. Damn. 6 gunshot wounds. Gray, I got your donation. Puff has a kill man switch. Tapes of elites. You think they might do Puff, a.k.a. Diddy, like they did Epstein? Feds play dirty. They lost the case. They lost the case. That's a whole fact. Area code 646. Good morning. Please watch the language. Are you there? 646.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
It's a little hard to hear you, sir. Can you make the adjustments?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better. How are you, sir? It was cracking.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yo, listen, I'm from New York. You had a non-New Yorker talking about New York. Madami, there, you know, as Star, you know, there's a big Indian community out here. So, of course, that's the reason why he passed the primary to run for mayor. Black people, we really don't care no more at this point. I mean, you got the lefty black people, but us Republican black people is like we're at a standstill with it because, you know, if you go against that, it's like, you know, they're cursing us out and this and that. But a lot of us don't stand with that. Trump is endorsing Adams because Adams got departed from Trump. Black people don't trust Adams because his whole administration got locked up, or, you know, they had to resign, should I say. I don't know if everybody knows that, but his police commissioner is all the way down. You know, they were.
But the boss is still standing, sir. But now, hold on a second. With all due respect, a lot of white people voted for Zoran. A lot of young white people, not just the Indian community. And where was he born? Do you know specifically?
I have no idea. I have no idea where he was born. And to me,
sir, you called in talking about I had a non-New Yorker on the line. Can you Google? I'll wait for you. Zoran Mandani. Where was he born? I got time, sir. Because see, Aaron was, you know, he was talking. I'll let him speak. I'll let you speak. I don't want black people. I don't want black people giving up. I don't want you giving up, man. I mean, up in New York, and I'm not, you know, from New York. I'm from New Jersey. You know that. But are you saying to just? Yeah, I know. You're saying to just let this.
I live in Jersey City. My beautiful girl is from Roselle, New Jersey.
Okay, but you're saying let this guy just win? Zorani, what are you saying?
He was born in Uganda. Actually, he was born in Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Rwanda. Uganda. Come on.
Uganda, yeah. I mean, listen, I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue, bro. The politics is crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know who to trust. But listen, I'm listening to everybody with this puffy stuff, right? And I've done my time on Rikers. I did time in the Green Monster in Newark, New Jersey. Listen.
Well, hey, you and I spoke before. Your voice sounds familiar. You and I spoke before?
Yes, sir. I told you this. I'm from Albany Projects, and then I told you my beautiful girl wife is in Roselle. We live in Exchange Place now in Jersey City.
Okay.
Yeah. But listen, the law has to follow the law. Sadly, we have to say Yes, when we become locked up, everybody reads paperwork and we start studying law. Everybody becomes criminal lawyers. The law has to follow the law. Puff already has 10 months in. He's a first-time offender. Yes, they did. They remanded him his bail yesterday. October 3rd will be his bail hearing. So by then he'll have 14 months in. Him being a first-time offender on that charge, and mind you, they're running his charge concurrent. So meaning he's going to have the credit for the time that he did, folks. Him being a first-time offender, it's 21 to 26 months.
Okay.
So when his sentencing is October 3rd, he'll already have 14 months in. So between the 21 or the 26 months that they're going to sentence him, he'll be out by 2026. On that charge that he has. Everybody's talking about 10 years and all this and that. The feds have to follow the guidelines. He's a first-time offender on that. And technically, Puff doesn't have a criminal history. Puff is on trial for the wrong things. We all want Puff on trial for everything else. You know what I'm saying? The murders of what allegedly. But he's on trial for this. So
can I jump in?
Have to follow the law.
Can I jump in? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you're saying makes a lot of sense to me, but somebody's got to call the goddamn judge and the prosecution and tell them, y'all got it wrong. Somebody's got to tell them. Hang on. Somebody's got to tell them what you just said, and I'm letting you speak. But yeah, I thought he should have been out on bail. Everything you said makes sense to me, but they got
now
him.
the reason.
Hang on, sir. If I can just finish, I'll let you land your plane. But they got him jammed up. Yes, first time offender, but no bail. They wouldn't even take $50 million. I'm confused, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. In the opening arguments, and that's even in the transcripts. This is public records now. His defense lawyers already said that yes, he has anger issues and he can be violent and stuff like that. So when the judge remanded him yesterday, the other day, should I say, they don't want him out because they think that he's a danger and he might try to coerce or do something to somebody because of his anger issues. And that was the reason why he's keeping him in there. Puff will be out by 2026, folks, because they have to follow the guidelines. Period. And now,
did you say he killed somebody? Did he kill somebody?
Listen, I said allegedly. Yeah, we all know the story. Everybody wants to throw the Tupac out there, Biggie, Kim Port, all these stories.
Hang on, sir. Never mind what we all know. You've been saying follow the law. So I'm just asking, did he kill someone?
I said the law has to follow. I said the law has to follow the law.
Okay. So did he unalive someone? I don't know that he's been convicted of unaliving.
Listen, his hands are not guilty. He's not on trial for that.
Sir,
that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Sir, I'm asking, did he unalive someone that you know of that you can prove? Otherwise, it's just hearsay. Come on, man.
It's just hearsay. Yes, it's hearsay. It's all hearsay.
Go ahead, land your plane.
Right.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna land my plane on this on a serious note. I believe that this trial has really been. It's like this trial has divided men versus women, because I don't even want to give her name a shout out on your platform, but there's this chick that's been outside that courthouse.
No, sir, I don't take shots at other content creators. Absolutely not. But thank you for calling, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I just don't. I'm too old to do that. I ain't protecting nobody. I would look crazy, troll babies, right or wrong, at 61. Sitting here hating on young people. With all due respect, my homie Elliot Wilson was taking shots at Kai Sinet. He looked crazy. Who else? Older people taking shots at young people. I just don't want to do that. A person of my age, my caliber, should be sitting here trying to help if I can. If I can. I would be corny. I would be a weirdo taking shots at younger content creators. So let them make the mistakes that I made and others. Everybody, hold on. Hold on. Hey, Simone, I got your donation, darling. Simone, we don't do anything less than $5, baby. Are you okay? Do you want me to refund what you sent? I appreciate the effort, baby, but I do have a standard. We don't do nothing less than a $5 donation. So, baby, should I refund what she sent or just give her a second to send in the balance? Who else looked crazy? An older person. Somebody was hating on a young person. Even I said, damn. Elliot Wilson. Oh, and then Elliot was taking shots at Cameron. Oh, God, that was crazy. Elliot, I rock with you heavy, but you looked crazy. Oh, my God. No, Drew, I see you. Yeah. I'm going to refund her little couple of dollars. Hold on a second. Give me a second, guys. I got to find it. Yeah, babe, we don't take no little pennies up in here. You take that someplace else with it, baby. How do I refund it? Hold on a second. Yeah. Here you go, baby. There you go. All right. It just said, I'm not going to put your name on blast. Thank you, darling. You come back and see us when you get it together. Area code 720. My name is Big Nigga. Good morning. Are you there? Big Nigga.
Hey, good morning, Star. Hey,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
How are you?
Thank you for staying up this late. I'm gonna get straight to it. I did a lot of research just to get educated, kind of on the Mann Act.
Thank you.
And basically, kind of what it details. And Diddy's going down. So I mean, it doesn't say the person has to receive money. It doesn't have anything to do with currency.
Right.
No any money.
Right.
So even if Diddy didn't get money, that's not what the law says. It has nothing to do with him collecting any money, sending any money. It has nothing to do with anything with money. It has to do with basically you're transporting somebody for prostitution purposes. That's it. So he's done on that. Now, so that's done. So he's guilty. Now, I guess the only thing is they might make an example out of him and basically make him serve the whole 10 years. I think they're going to hit him with the whole 10. And the reason for that is the people that got charged with it recently. We're talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell lady that was with your boy, Epstein.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about R. Kelly, who got hit with it. And then they have, other people as far as like Jack Johnson, the boxer, Chuck Berry, other people like that people aren't aware of.
So they hit Charlie Chaplin with the Mann Act. That was my guy growing up. I used to watch all. I even have a Charlie Chaplin collection right now with all his movies. They caught him with the Mann Act.
They got him. He's done. So I think
no, they didn't convict him, but they charged him. Charlie Chaplin didn't convict him. But good.
Right. So just doing a little reading up on that, I think he was fairly charged on that based on the circumstances. Yeah. But I think he's going to go down, and I think they're going to make an example out of him just because of all the publicity and everything that's come along with it. Yeah. They don't want to look like fools since they blew trial. Mm-hmm. So because they didn't, they weren't able to get him on the RICO. I think they're like, well, now since we got him on this and 2 counts of that, might I add, they're going to do basically charge him 20 years. Run him concurrent, like you were specifically saying, and basically make him serve out the rest of that 10, and then essentially that's just going to bleed him dry financially, and anything else that was left behind is going to be depleted as well.
Yeah. I wish nothing bad upon him, sir, but feds play so dirty, you know. I hope he's if and when they do give him the sentence, it's PC, protective custody, you know, and even then they could do him dirty, but hey, you know. Any thoughts on the mass shooting in Chicago? It's some type of lounge, 4 people killed, 16 people injured, mass shooting in Chicago.
So I have you know, a lot of my families, basically both of my parents were from Chicago area. So I haven't been out there, you know, I haven't been out there in a long time. Just
stay out of there.
You know, they have a lot of mistaken identity homicides. Yeah. So, you know, they can think you're somebody, kill, you know what I mean, shoot you, and then you're not the person. So it's not necessarily the safest place, you know. But as far as what I saw, it looked like it was at a LGBTQ like gay lounge, something like that. And I guess as far as what the news is saying is that the shooters got their target.
Hang on a second. That it was a gay lounge.
For what I saw, yeah, they had like the gay flag over the door. The reporter was doing it. He's like,
stop right there.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I did a story. There was some gay guys in Chicago in the street arguing, cussing, all sassy and shit. And somebody mowed down a couple of them with a car doing like 150. Is that the same place? You know what I'm talking about? The video was gruesome. They were standing in the street, 3 o'clock in the morning. Troll babies, anybody know what I'm talking about? And a car just rolled over them. No, I'm
gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't recall that situation that happened, and I'm not 100% sure it's the same location. Just what I saw from the news is basically the guy was stating it was the bar behind him. It had, you know, the gay pride flag above the building. And basically the artist, I guess, that was releasing their album, it was her boyfriend, and he ended up dying along with 3 other people. So it looks like they hit their target, but there were some other casualties of war as well. I feel really bad for Chicago. What a great town. What a great city. I love going there, but it's so dangerous, you know, if you're not, it's just dangerous. You know, it's almost like you can't, even if you look over your shoulder, it's, you know, it's dangerous if you're in the wrong part of town. So
stay with me. And I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but yeah, if you're around the wrong crowd. Now, the technical classification of the killing now is mass shooting. You know, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but clearly it's a certain group and or culture shooting each other. It's not like just a random shooter walking into a school or a club and shooting strangers. These people have some type of connection, you know, but that's what happened. So I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Well, the good part about that, I'm sorry, just cut you off.
Go ahead.
The good part about that now is they did bring the draft back. So at least we can start getting some of these, you know what I mean, these young kids out here, having them start to contribute to the country instead of, you know, bringing it down. So I'm glad they did bring the draft back.
Okay.
So we can start getting some of these kids off of these streets and then having them contribute to society right now. Okay. So at least they're moving in that direction to do something about it.
Good point. Great point. I thank you for the call, sir. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Star. Have a good night. Keep going, man.
Okay. All right. I say we give them more guns. Let God sort it out. They're just killing each other. It's not like, you know, it's not like the white boys walking into goddamn churches shooting random people. Hold on a second. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany sent me some information here. Cassie Ventura was not charged alongside Sean Combs because her testimony, while crucial in detailing her experiences with Combs, did not directly implicate her in the same criminal acts for which he was ultimately charged. Wow. While her experiences formed a significant part of the prosecution's case, Combs came. They gave her some type of deal, I'm sure. Can Diddy sue her? I should have asked Attorney Blackburn. Now, whatever she signed with him to get the $20 million, I'm sure she agreed to indemnify him any further, or maybe not at all, right? Indemnification. For those of you who are young people, if you ever get a job to host an event or a walkthrough, make sure that you have what's called a letter of indemnification. You make sure that the promoter and the club owner both sign it. Don't you dare go into the dwelling until the promoter and the club owner or owners or the company indemnifies you. I've been saying this for years. If somebody gets shot, stabbed, slips in the bathroom and falls and cracks their elbow, you have been released from any and all harm and or wrongdoing. Indemnification. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. Someone says, how many abortions has Cassie had? I don't know. Cassie's womb. Well, let me not go there. She's pushing out little babies. Are the babies okay, respectfully? Ye was talking crazy about Beyonce and Diddy's kids. Remember that? And then deleting shit. I think that's a fair question with regards to Cassie. All the drugs that she's done, Dr. Funk says womb wore out. Yes, Coco, I had to catch myself. Hang on a second. Did he still told the judge he was doing a great job? I don't think an appeal he can say he's being. Oh, okay. Good point. Good point, Terry. You sent it a donation. Thank you so much. Diddy stood up and told the judge he was doing a great job. I don't think in an appeal he can say he's being handled unfairly. 7 to 9 years in my guess. Good point, Terry. Thank you for your donation. Let me just say copy. Guys, have some of you noticed that I do respond to your cash apps? I just give you a thumbs up to say you are appreciated. Some people don't even say thank you. But the hater does. Micah got your donation. Male escorts should hit Cassie with a lawsuit. Yeah, well, she has been, sir. Attorney Blackburn called in earlier. She is being sued along with Diddy. Thank you for your donation. What's going on with my homie LL Cool J? I can't play that video right now. Is he all right? What's going on with LL, guys? It's LL okay. Area code 602, late night. Are you there?
Hi, my name is Brad. And
Brad, you are a goofy, but stay there. Stay there. I appreciate goofies. Hold on. We got time. We got time for Brad. You called the right one, Brad. Don't hang up. Everybody hold on. I'm not even going to say what I'm doing. Your name is now Bowel Movement. I'm going to type that here. Bowel Movement. What's going on, bitch boy?
Yeah, like I was saying, I really enjoyed pleasuring myself.
I know. But now I've just changed your name to Bowel Movement. You're a bitch boy, yes?
Sorry, you had me on hold for 2 hours, man.
I'm popping, bitch boy. Yeah, so you've been on hold. We'll join the conversation. Or you just want to sit in the queue like a goofy. Stay there another 2 hours, pussy. Okay? He hung up. We don't hang up on trolls. All right. What time is it? Oh, it's early. It's early. We ain't going nowhere. Another video I want to play. Hold on a second. Trump threatens woman. Oh, man. What happened to this woman here? Something about the money down in Atlanta fucking around and can't get the money back. Well, baby, what were you doing? Late night with the bullshit. Hold on. Everybody relax. Here we go.
The Fox Carolina investigates 3 years after a woman was robbed in Atlanta, and she claims the money that was stolen from her has been held by Greenville police. But she's been fighting for years to get that money back, and Scotty Hunter is following the money as her fight continues.
Tamia Sims-Irby says she's locked in a legal fight she never thought she'd face.
I'm losing in the end because it's like I'm doing all of this. I'm going through all of this for no reason.
She filed a lawsuit back in April, 3 years after she claimed she was beaten and robbed in Atlanta. The men were arrested here in Greenville, and thousands of dollars of her money was then put into lockup at the Greenville Police Department.
Do you feel like you're being victimized again by the police department?
Yes, because it's like, what is y'all issue? Because why won't y'all just give the money back to me?
Fox Carolina legal analyst Grant Varner says if you're watching this, the same thing can happen to you.
Oh, it absolutely could. And it's not just with cash, it's with anything you own. Any kind of high value item. You could find yourself having to spend money to recover your own property, and that is almost always the case. Now, if it was a vehicle, your insurance may help cover or offset some of the costs, but with smaller personal items or cash, there's no insurance coverage available typically to assist in that process, and it falls on you, the property owner, to bear the expense to recover your property very often.
In fact, it happens so often, Varner says county law enforcement agencies will often host auctions filled with items people either don't want to or can't afford to recover.
I've been in their shoes, and it was maddening to me. But it's unfortunately, it is what it is.
In this case, Sims-Irby says she's tried over and over again to get the money back from the Greenville Police Department with no luck. After several calls and even stopping by the department, she says she was finally told her only option would be to go before a judge and get a court order.
All they're doing is sending me out with a little card, phone numbers on the back. I'm calling. It's hard to reach out. I have to wait days later to get a phone call. Their final solution was file a civil suit. And then when I filed a civil suit, then what?
She filed this lawsuit, and the Greenville Police Department had 30 days to file a response in court. So far, the agency has not responded. When Fox Carolina first started asking questions about the money more than a month ago, a spokesperson with the Greenville Police Department said they would not comment on the case because of the active lawsuit.
The city of Greenville is trying to cover their rear end, protect the taxpayers, and unfortunately for Ms. Sims-Irby, she's going to have to take action to recover those funds.
Varner calls the case complex. He says the big problem Sims-Irby might face is to prove the money actually belongs to her.
Cash does have a serial number. Every dollar, every 5, 10, 20, 100 has a serial number, okay? But how many people do you know that write down the serial numbers of something they use daily? No one's tracking those serial numbers, right? And even if you did, there's no real, let's call it a chain of custody.
Let me jump in here for a second, because you see, most people are probably thinking it's stripper money. I have no proof, but I would guess the money belongs to somebody else, and they're being patient right now. They told her, you better go get it, file a lawsuit, do what you got to do. In South America, she would have been unalived by now if it were somebody else's money. You guys know what I'm talking about? In South America, they would have taken her, not that I wish this upon her, we're taking her into the woods, done her dirty. Let's finish up.
Show from the bank to your hand how this money got to you.
Sims-Irby tells me the men pleaded guilty in the case back in 2023, and she thought she would get her money back then. But she's still waiting. And on top of that, the longer she fights this in court, the less money she'll actually get back.
With legal fees and trying to get the court involved, now she's going to be losing out on some of the money that originally she says was stolen from her.
I sympathize with her in that aspect. I do not think it's fair that she is going to be penalized trying to recover her funds, right? And it opens a lot of other, the door to a lot of other questions.
We'll, of course, continue to follow this one and let you know what the judge decides.
All right.
All right, Scotty, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Area code 323. Good morning. Good morning. Late night, we're talking about the Mann Act. Sean Diddy Combs, no bail. Where do you want to start?
Yo, Star, no bail.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I want to go with the no bail, number one, and I want to talk about the judge. I can't believe nobody has taken the time to research the judge's resume.
Come on.
If you research his resume, it's clear as day on Wikipedia. His last job, he worked for a company called Sussman and Godfrey. It's a law firm.
Okay.
The same law firm that represented Diego against Puff Daddy.
Sounds like a conflict of interest to me.
Exactly. Now, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, I'm like you.
Okay.
I'm like you. I'm just a college dropout. But I'm thinking, shouldn't his lawyers know this already? And if they do know this, maybe they want this to play out the way it's playing out.
Okay.
So when he does get sentenced on the appeal, they're going to say, hey, this was a conflict of interest. He should have.
Use a thinking, nigga. Stay with me. I like this. You see, that's all I asked. Just do a little research. Okay, so the judge, is he from Bangladesh, Calcutta? Where's he from? They're saying different things.
He's from India, like the other person say he's a Tamil. Now, if you Google Tamil, they're one of the oldest Indian civilizations in the history of history. You know what I mean? But just like our people, once he came over here, he went to a certain school, CSA, someplace in Ohio, where it's...
My people were already here, sir. My people didn't come over on a slave ship, but go ahead.
My point being that he's not Indian anymore. Once he went to this college, he became an Uncle Tom type of person. He's basically a white.
Makes sense.
He's a white man, but rather than them put a white man as the judge, so everybody say, oh, this is racist, they put a darker skinned white man up there.
Makes sense.
You feel me?
Makes sense.
You feel me?
Well.
But the whole thing about it, the man was working with Diego against Puff's daddy. Once they settled with Diego, he all of a sudden got appointed to this position by Joe Biden, mind you. It gets murky. It gets real murky.
Okay.
It gets real murky because if we all know in 2024 Joe Biden will see now who really appointed him.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, it's your show, brother.
Okay. Please, sir, don't call me brother. Please, we're doing good. Come on, man.
Okay,
Come on.
My bad.
So now, with all due respect, can I ask how old you? Because you're calling Diddy Puff Daddy. You going back to the early 90s. How old are you, sir?
You caught me. I'm 46. I got 323 area code, but I'm born and raised in the Bronx.
No, sir, you're 66. You said Puff Daddy. That's that old shit.
Well, I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I remember City College. I remember Heavy D. I remember Puffy, but don't twist it. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just see that this is a black man. This is a black man that's getting railroaded.
Yeah.
And people need to really look at the judge. The judge is a former employee of the law firm that represented Diego. And also, if you look at the lawsuit against Diego, It was a lady named Deborah Cruz, who runs Diego now. And this lady is racist as all racists can be. That's why they settled with Diddy.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense to me. Listen, I appreciate you taking the time to put this on the table. I mean, I ask people to just, research, Google, so that we can have a healthy conversation. I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
And I'm not that smart. All you got to do is Google the judge's name, and bam, it's right there. His whole resume.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, stay with me. Now, you say you're from the BX.
Boogie Down Bronx. I'm not bragging, but I went to Bronx Science. You're probably familiar with that.
Of course. Were you at the old skate key on Allerton Avenue back in the days?
Yes, I was. I finger popped. Excuse me. I mean, I met a few girls up there. Yes, indeed. I go back to Bay Plaza, all of that.
So you were up in the fever back in the days. Keep it real.
Well, by the time I came of age, the fever was no longer the fever anymore. But I remember it over there. You take the 36 bus straight up. I'm from Southern Boulevard. 180th Street.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad
you were up in the old Savoy. Hang on, you were up in the old Savoy, right? Back in the days, late 70s.
I'm 46, dog. I'm not 66, brother. I mean, oh man, I'm messed up. I'm 46.
Take it easy. It easy. So we've already established you're not in your late 40s. If you were at Skate Key on Allerton Avenue, not when they moved it down to what was it the new Skate Key? I'm talking about the old one. Come on, man.
Yeah,
we're just talking.
Yeah, We're
just talking.
I was what, 16? I'm gonna tell you like this. I had a girlfriend in Parkchester. Her name was Samantha, and I used to take her.
Please don't snitch. Don't say names, please. Don't do that. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. She probably asleep now anyway. But yeah, I'm not that old. But I remember Diddy. I remember Uptown Records. I remember Heavy D and Father MC and all of that. You know what I mean? But it's just messed up as a black.
These niggas don't show Father MC enough respect, right?
Well, Father MC did something to that lady.
Easy. I'm just talking about his swag. Father MC was a pioneer. Come on, man.
Well, that's who Diddy stole the style from. He came out and stole Father MC style.
Yeah.
You
remember Fat Doug on Uptown Records? Fat Doug?
No, that's before my time. I probably just don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Good to talk to
you. But I remember Andre Harrell. All right, Star.
So, yes, sir. Okay. All right. I like to talk to an old nigga once in a while. That nigga was up in the fever. Stop it. Area code 919. Are you there? Good morning. 919.
Hey, Star.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, I want to put some respect on your name, Star.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. It's cracking.
Hey.
Can you turn that down in the background, sir? Please turn that down in the background.
I'm sorry.
Give me a second.
Hey, Star.
Yes, sir.
About this topic about the Diddy trial. Like, I think it's a really a multi-pronged like effect. Like the people in charge of this, like, yeah, it's a humiliation factor, humiliation ritual, and also, but he went against the wrong people.
Right. Take your time,
he went against the wrong people because
take your time.
Because you gotta think about it. Like the people that he went against, right? If they pay you like $1 billion or hundreds of millions of dollars, they're gonna get that. They're gonna figure out how to get that money back. Okay. They connected to the lawyers and everything. It's all the same people. Like when you sign that contract with the people, the lawyers that's prosecuting Diddy and the lawyers that he got to pay, they all connected.
Okay.
So it's like it's really like more than that humiliation ritual. And plus, the main thing is what they did is they put a black face on all that debauchery and all that sexual deviancy that goes on in that industry. They managed to put a black face on it because, you know, too many of them people was getting caught. You got Weinstein, you know, you got Epstein. Listen to these last names, these Steins and these Steins.
Come on.
You got Jared Fogle, the Subway dude. You know, he's one of them too. You know, and there was too many of them getting caught up, so they had to put a black face on it. Not, you know, and that's Diddy. So it's a multi-pronged effect. And plus, he tried to sue the liquor company. Like, you can't go against.
Throw the nigger to the wolves.
And yeah, because look at Harvey Levin. He's one of them too. He come out with the surviving Diddy trial.
Right.
I mean, the surviving Diddy thing. Did he ever come out with a surviving Weinstein or surviving Epstein? I ain't never see that. You know, or Jared Fogle and other people, and all these people, they all the same. Like Dan Snyder. Like, man, these lawyers, like, you gotta think about it. Whatever kind of lawyer you gonna get, whatever kind of lawyer firm, what kind they gonna be?
Can I jump in?
A Stein. They're gonna be one of them. They're gonna be a Bird, a Greenberg.
Sir. Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're gonna get that money back. If they pay whatever.
Sir, can I jump in? Please take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you okay? Where are you?
I'm okay, man. I'm like Troy Terrain in '88.
No. Oh. Well, then, if that's the case, listen. Do you have a beer next to you? Sit down.
Yeah. I got a beer.
Put the dollar bill down. Put the straw down. Just come on. Just listen. Take it slow, okay? Take it slow.
All right.
I have a theory. You said he pissed off them people. I think that he got caught up with broke bum niggas. And I think that the outcome may have been a result of the higher up saying, cut him some slack. Trump has already mentioned the possibility of giving him a pardon. Did you catch that a couple of months ago?
Oh, yeah. He said something about like he hadn't really looked at it or something like that.
I said he hadn't looked at it.
But
I think the bum, hang on, sir, take it easy. Take a sip of the beer, a swig of some milk. I need you to just give me a second. You sent in a nice donation with $50. Just take it easy. I think that the bum niggas and Cassie's a bum. Cassie's not beautiful. Let's stop calling her beautiful. She's ugly inside. She wanted to come up, pushing out the babies. A lot of these other bum niggas got together. That's who brought Diddy to where he is now. Bums and haters. What do you think about that theory?
Nah, see, I really think it was some like major higher ups, like the same people that brought him in, that brought him into this industry. You know, them the same ones. Like, yeah, they wanted to like make an example out of Puffy. Like I said, I think their major job is done. Because, like I said, they managed to put a black face on this. Now you're not looking at the Steins and the Steins and the Greenbergs and all them. You're looking at P. Diddy, and they trying to throw Jay-Z and all.
Say Jews, sir. Are you scared?
Yeah, the Jews. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah.
It's a Star Report. Don't be a scary nigga. Hang on a second.
Nah.
Jews.
We all know the Jews. Yeah, the small hat. Yeah, the Greenbergs.
The hands that control the tide, nigga.
Right. Yeah. Like they set you up from the beginning. When you sign that contract, like you got to get some lawyers to like help you sign that contract and read over and explain it to you. Some lawyers are connected. They all connected. Like the jeweler that they send you to get your jewelry. Yeah, they'll hook you up with an advance and they'll get you $150,000 chain. They all connected. The Jews that own the jewelers. Jared.
Are you down with the Jews, sir? Take it easy. Are you down with the Jews?
Am I down? Nah, I'm not. I'm not down.
Why not?
I'm not down with that.
Why not?
I mean, it's wickedness. It's all wickedness. Like you talking about like snakes, man. I mean, I'm not a hateful person. I'm talking about the ones in power. Not necessarily all of them, but the ones that's in power. Like
Are you down with the sand niggas in Palestine? Who you down with, sir? Take it easy. I got time.
Yeah. Hey. I say, yeah, free Palestine, man. You know, like, yeah, but
sir, them sand niggas don't give a fuck about you.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, people know this is true.
Sir, take it easy. Put the powder down. Put the powder down. You said
right.
you said you like Troy Terrain 88. I heard you. Put the powder down. Them sand niggers don't give a fuck about you. Them sand niggers over there fighting for flour. Don't give a fuck about you. Why?
Right.
Why?
Yeah,
aren't
I know
you,
that.
Why aren't you down with the Jews? That's my question. Why not?
Well, like I'm gonna say this. Like, there's a reason why. Like, I can get on YouTube. You can talk all kinds of junk about the white man. I can get up here and say crack of this, crack of that. I can't say anything about. If I say anything about that race or that religion, it's a race and a religion at the.
It's a culture, sir. It's not a race.
No, look. If you say something about them, you're talking about a race of people and a religion of people. Like, what other group of people is that? That your race is your religion? Like, I'm not mad at them for what they do. They really in power over everything. Like, when you think about it, they cause them all.
But why aren't you down with them? Where you from? The New York area? I hear the accent. Where you from?
No, I'm from NC.
Oh, North Carolina. Oh,
okay.
NC. Okay.
Yeah. But
it's 3 o'clock in the morning. How much more of that you gonna do?
Nah, shit, I'm done. I'm chilling.
Are you smoking some exotic to come down or some Reggie? And do you have a beer? Sound like you're still zooming.
Yeah, I got a beer. I got some of that I got all that,
Okay.
I gotta have the trifecta.
Okay. Well, look, I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Hey, salute. Appreciate you.
Okay, all right. I think it was zooming. I can't play this song because I don't want to get a copyright strike. The show we did yesterday, I got 2 copyright notifications for all about the Benjamins at the end and the whispers, and the beat goes on. So I can't do that again because I literally had to wait for like 6 hours, if not more, for the goddamn video to be able to put on public for you guys to see it. Area code 347. Please watch the language. Are you there? 347.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm here, brother.
How are you? Sir.
I want to talk about
Sir.
Yes.
Come on, it's too late for the brother talk. Come on.
No, I ain't got no brother talk. I just wanted to tell the brother.
Please don't call me brother, sir. That's the only thing I ask. Don't curse and don't call me brother. It's not.
Yeah, my fault. I forgot that, Star. You don't like that.
Come on, what's up, man?
I apologize. That's just naturally my talk. I apologize. I just try to be positive and be supportive. Okay. Why you don't like that anyway when people call you brother? Can we all know?
I've said it before, sir, but I have nigger fatigue. I don't know if that's who you are, but I have nigger fatigue. Nigger fatigue.
Nah, I do got, I agree with you, though. Nigger fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nigger fatigue.
I don't know what that means, really, though, but I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Don't worry about it, sir. I appreciate the call. I appreciate the call. Don't worry about me. What do you want to start, sir?
I want to talk about people who are starting to get like this Mandami guy. This crazy guy that's running for, and like I told you before, I said, I'm Muslim. But I don't support that guy for being no goddamn, I don't support him for being no real mayor because he don't understand the culture and the life of what people went through in America and what they be facing. He has no clue and he doesn't even really try to relate to us or even talk to us. He's about his immigrant community, which I clearly see. Okay. And he's pushing the New York agenda about an immigrant city. Like the nerve of him to say he's not going to support Donald Trump or get the ICE about them having illegal immigrants in New York City. And I think us Americans should sue every official who's supporting or protecting immigrants illegally in our country. And we should get compensation for that because you're damaging our economy, our benefits for our kids, the things that we're trying to do for our family. Like you're stagnating us, you're pressing us. And we should be allowed to sue these politicians and officials who sell out their constituents in their community and the people who elected them because there's no way illegal immigrants should have more.
Sir, didn't I speak to you earlier? Let's take it
yes,
slow.
Sir.
Okay. You are
no way illegal immigrants.
Hang on. You are the man you claim to be Muslim, right? I spoke to you.
Don't claim I am. I wouldn't claim.
Okay. I spoke to you.
Christian,
and I asked you if you offered salat. You said eight times a day.
I do extra prayers.
Okay. And
mandatory 5, but you can do extra prayers.
And then when you got off the phone, you said, God bless. You didn't say, Hamdallah, Allahu Akbar. You didn't say, Inshallah. You said, God bless.
English like
a Christian.
Say that stuff. Yeah, I'm still a follower of Jesus Christ too. I love Jesus too. We waiting for Jesus to come back. Every Muslim's waiting for Jesus to come back. We love Christians. I don't know about these terrorist dudes. It's amongst our community that we got terrorist people. They literally hate Christians, hate Jews, hate Muslims. Even Muslims they hate. They oppress people. They take the money and do what they want to do. What's crazy, in America, we don't have not one Muslim bank. Or not even the church has a Christian bank, which is sad. Like how we don't take our money.
Who was Allah's last prophet, sir?
People.
Who was Allah's last prophet?
The last prophet was Muhammad.
Okay.
And the last prophet that's gonna come back is Jesus.
So why are you waiting?
You know what I mean?
Oh, so why are you waiting on Jesus? Then if Muhammad was the last prophet, why are you waiting on
No,
Jesus?
because Prophet Muhammad told us that Jesus will return. The Prophet Muhammad told the Muslim that Jesus will return and be there for him and support him. And every Muslim is going to believe in Muslim is going to do that. And that's what we should do. We just love Jesus. Jesus is great. He's a good person. He did good things and had mercy for mankind. He loved mankind. I love Jesus. I would die for him. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
You would die for Jesus?
Yeah, he tried to die for us. He stood up for us. He represented. You know what I mean? They try to kill that man. They try to slaughter him and violate him. But God saved him and helped.
They did kill him, sir. Sir. They didn't,
yeah, I understand.
They didn't try to kill him, sir. They did.
He came back. He resurrected. He resurrected. He's still alive. He went back to the heavens, so he alive.
Who killed him, sir? Sir.
He came back. Yeah.
Please take it easy, please. Who killed him? Who killed Jesus, sir?
Well, the Jews really killed him. They just used the Romans to get away with it.
Yeah.
But they was
the Jews pushed the button, sir. But it's the Romans.
Yeah. But they set it up. They made it happen. They a part of it. They're proxy in it. You know what I mean? They're a part of the agenda. They can't just run around and hide, which we always say. They always doing stuff and then hiding and act like they didn't do it. They do it. You know what I mean? Jews people be doing a lot of grimy stuff. And I like to see good Jews actually stand up, which they do, is the groups of them, and we need to support them when they do and fund them and stand behind them. And that's the problem. A lot of people try to do good, but then when they try to stand up and do good, no one's really support them and help them. You know what I mean?
You said we should help the Jews? Is that what you said?
The good Jews that's trying to stand up for good and justice and speak out and do what's right, we're supposed to support them and protect them and help them. Anybody that's doing good and supporting good, we're supposed to stand up and help them, not just look at them and hide behind. Like, that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? We got to get involved. We want reparations for African Americans. I think we should be suing the foreign countries before we sue our own country.
So, babies, do I let this man cook? I let this man cook. So I want you. Hold on, I want you to talk. I'm not gonna stop your flow. I just got myself a fresh cup of coffee. Go ahead and talk, man. Come on.
Yeah, but that's how I feel. Like we should be suing these foreign nations before we try to sue our own country, and we should be getting the backing of our country to actually force these other nations who so-called sold us into slavery and as a part of the transatlantic slave trade, and then they never gave us compensation or reparations. You know, they created this situation, and they need to be compensated. Just like the Jews got compensated for the Holocaust, how African Americans haven't been compensated for nothing. They say, "Oh, we didn't make y'all slaves, or we didn't do the slavery." No, but you benefit from it, and you still benefit from it. It's like having stolen property, and that's a law. Having stolen property is a law. It's illegal. Y'all have stolen property, and y'all never paid accountability for it. It gave anything for it. Y'all should be feel naturally wrong by that. Even if your ancestors did it and you didn't do it, you should feel the type of way and want to compensate them naturally as a good person. You should want to help them and support them. Don't always and they always tackling poor people. Like first they want to talk about welfare. Why you worry about welfare? Like you worry about the poorest person in the society? Worry about the people that's more empowered and authority and want them to do good. If I'm empowered, I want to help people. They said the hand to give is better than the hand to receive. I want to be the hand to give, but unfortunately, I'm not the hand. I only can do but so much. But if I had the ability, people sitting there with billions of dollars, even away 50,000 every couple of months, they don't want to give nothing to a poor person. It's like you a bum, get off your feet, get off your butt, and do such and such. Like this capitalism we live in, but at the end of the day, it's regulated and controlled. A man got killed for selling a cigarette. Like, let me sell what I want to do. As long as I'm not bothering nobody, hurting nobody, leave me alone. Now weed is illegal, and all the immigrants are selling weed and this horse. But when black people were selling it, we got arrested and went to the feds and got thrown away. Now it's legal, so they can control and regulate it. So now everyone can sell drugs. That was a black people business. They took our business. You know what I mean? Anything we do is illegal. What they do is legal. Why is it like that? It should be freedom, justice, according to the Constitution. It's a capitalist society. Allow us to do what we want to do to make our money. Leave us alone. Let us do it as long as you're not raping, hurting, damaging anybody. Leave us alone.
but they want to regulate our economy and dictate. That's why they did segregation and took our economy away. They so-called act like they was removing segregation. No, y'all want to take our economy and control us and assimilate us. You know what I mean? And that's what we're dealing with. And a lot of people are sellouts and they're betraying their back to their people, always looking down on the people, not understanding what's really going on. The churches and the mosques, they should be giving help to the people. Take that money, invest it in supermarkets, invest it in real estate, make funds for the people. God don't need no money. Be leaders. Invest in the economy, invest in your members, help them, create jobs for them, give them good pay and good salaries. That's what you should be wanting to do. And the people that's rich, help you. Like, well, you don't want to pay taxes. I don't say you want to be managed right, but help your people, help your nation, help your country. Stop crying about taxes, cry about them mismanaging the money. Don't cry about paying taxes, cry about me giving you money and y'all mismanaging it. Or you're not doing the right thing about it. Y'all stealing it with these fake programs, these fake situations. People coming from war, veteran, they ain't got nowhere to live or have a decent life. Like, the nerve of y'all. Like, how are you doing that to your veterans that put their life on the line for the country? They don't have nothing.
Sir, what do I call you? Hang, what do I call you? What's your name?
Suleiman.
Spell it.
It's Suleiman. Sulayman.
Sulayman.
Yeah, I just like doing stuff that promote the people, help the people.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Okay, bro.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Sorry, sir.
No, it's. I'm gonna put you in the. Let me put your name here.
I hope I ain't going in the box to be a void.
No. You go Sulayman. See, I like a person who can just talk. Okay.
I'm just sincere. I'm being honest.
You. No. Listen. I'm gonna sit here and sip my coffee. It's what time is it? It's 3:24 a.m. Yeah, come on, talk your talk, man. Late night.
Yeah, and I just want to see. Like, I don't know who should be the mayor. I don't know if it'd be Eric Adams, but we have no better choice than Eric Adams. But at the same time, Eric Adams be doing sellout stuff. Like, hey, come on, bro, take care of your community. You know what I mean? I feel angry. Like, you know what's going on. You being a black man, but I know he used to be a police officer, so he might got a different mindset. But bro, don't act like you don't know what your people going through. Like, they pushing black people out of New York City and creating this vast immigrant community. Which I'm not against immigrants, but y'all, these immigrants really be against Americans, man. Like, they really have some type of hatred against Americans. You know what I mean? They always flying their flag. Like, dude, you fly on your flag. Your country do anything to help y'all? You know who helps you? American. Don't come over.
Suleiman, can I jump in? Suleiman.
Yeah, bro. Yes. Sorry about the bro.
Okay, I heard you say they're pushing black people out of New York, the tri-state. That what you said, or New York City, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't push them out, how much longer should they give black people to get their shit together?
Give them what?
How much longer do you give them to get their shit together if you don't push them out?
You don't push white people out of the neighborhood.
We're not talking about white people, sir. We're talking about black people.
Yeah, black people are here, but we being undermined and being like treated like we nothing. Like they don't, like, you go to my neighborhood right now in the Bronx.
Sir, I'm not disagreeing with you, but how much longer after all the goddamn programs, all the affordable housing, free this, free that? How much longer?
Star, that's not, none of that stuff is free, Star. They're funneling that money to get to their guy. They stealing the money.
Just asking.
But I'm saying, listen, they stealing the money. The landlords are people are, they Jews. They get that money. They stealing from the government. All that money that they paid 20, 30 years to pay someone rent, they could have gave them that investment. They could have started their own business, bought their own house, and had a future. They take all that time to give that money to their own people, and they stealing from the government. That welfare don't do nothing for us. That little food system, inflation right now. Welfare, you don't get no money off of no welfare. No one's benefiting off the cheap money that they give us. Give us something to really empower ourselves. Give us free education. Give us free trade school. Okay. Give us stuff like that that's really going to help us. You know what I mean? They don't do nothing to help us in reality. We still got to bust our behind and get something that, you know, we have the poverty line. We have the lowest poverty line. They cry to give us anything. Like, you know, it's people on welfare that really don't have education. Like, everyone's not going to be rich or smart like the other person. We're not going to always be smart. It's going to be dumb people. It's going to be people that's slow. Don't get it. That I mean, they don't deserve to eat and have a good life and still be happy, go on vacation and enjoy time with their family because they dumb and slow. or what you consider dumb and slow. Like, nah, they still been people. They still God's children. They still deserve to have a good life. Everyone's not going to be skilled, but the one that don't have education, he might be the one that help you when you getting beat up or have a heart attack or need some type of help, and he can do things that you can't do that he's going to use for your benefit. It's one hand wash over, both wash the face. You rich? Okay, good. And I got other skills that I can help you with. You ain't going to fight no war on no rich guy, but guess who's going to do it? The so-called poor people. You going to send us over there, and we're going to die and suffer. So you show respect to us. Don't treat us like we nothing, because you fall and catch a heart attack. You want my poor behind to call 911 to get you an ambulance. You're not going to say how much money you got. You're not going to say that. So stop always looking down. It's always the poor people they look down on first. The weakest of society, they always look down on first. The weakest. And it's pathetic. Like, you know what I mean? Black people get on welfare more. White people on welfare than anybody.
How do I say your name again?
How do
I say your name again?
Suleiman.
Suleiman. Hey, man, I appreciate
Yeah.
you. I want you to call back in a little bit more often. I like the fact that you can just talk. I can take a break sometime. For real.
I'm just sincere. I'm just sincere.
I
Star.
appreciate you. Hey, and I'm as serious as colon cancer, man. I put your number in the system there. Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
You know,
salute.
I'm creating an organization called Change, 123 Change. And I'm just trying to promote people. I just want people to help me to do that. I don't need no money. I'm gonna be already taken care. I just want to take care of people. Like something that's really good. I wish Bill Gates say.
I need money, Suleiman. So let's talk another time, man. Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
I sent you some money.
Okay.
Salute.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Late night 310. Are you there? Talking about Diddy and a few other topics. 310.
Hi, Star. This is Monica. How you doing?
Hey, Monica. Good to hear from you, darling. I got your donation. You are appreciated.
How you doing?
I'm great.
You wanted to talk about Diddy, the verdict, or what's the topic?
Well,
I believe that he's gonna probably get maybe the 5 years.
Okay.
That he's gonna get, because I don't know. I just think he has a lot of. For me, I think he has a lot of dirt on people, and I think that's why they took leniency on him. I mean, you know how he rolls, but that's why I think that's why he got the easier charge.
You said leniency. He's still in jail. They won't even give him bail. They're playing dirty. They're playing dirty.
But yeah, they're playing dirty. Yep. But I had a feeling because of him having his past, his threats or whatever. I think that's why the judge was hard on him with that, with not having bail. But I don't know when he gets sentenced. I think they said the maximum, the prosecutor said that 51 months to 61 months is the maximum for his charges. That's what they say they want him to serve that time. That's the prediction. That's what I heard some people say. But I don't know. He may get 7 years. That's what I think. That's just my opinion.
If I can jump in at this point, I'm not sure what's going to happen, and I don't want to pretend to be some type of legal analyst. But we have clearly seen that the court, the judge, it's moving very strategically, and I don't know if that's necessarily racism. I do think that the prosecution overcharged him, like many people think, and they were trying to paint a picture of him just being this really bad black guy, So, but anyway, right now he is still being held. And do you have any thoughts with regards to how some of that Mann Act or some of the other legal things will affect the outcome?
I think that because they're saying, because a lot of people are saying it's race. I think that that's a main factor. But I think that I don't know. We have to wait until October when they sentence him. I think that right now I'm kind of in the middle right now about what he.
You're not sure, but listen, it's okay. It's early in the morning here. What time is it where you are? You're out in California?
Yeah, I'm in California. It's about like almost 1 here. I can't see my clock. It's almost 1 o'clock here.
Okay.
And I took a little nap and I woke up. I saw, oh, stars on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
So I know it's
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
yeah.
Okay.
And also you were talking about Atlanta. Atlanta sounds like it's DC in the 80s and 90s.
It's horrible.
Because I'm from DC.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from DC because DC was terrible in the 80s and 90s. I mean, it was like terrible. I mean, it was like almost 300 homicides and stuff. It sounded like Atlanta's getting like DC in the 90s.
I think it's worse. I think it's worse because you have people from other states going there, whether they come from Chicago, New Jersey, New York, and even some of the Midwest areas, because it's a thriving business town. I think it's worse. I think, and if I remember correctly, there's 3 corporations that own 30% of the homes in the Atlanta metro area. So that's who's renting out those homes. 3 companies. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. That's not good for the Atlanta at all, because Atlanta's supposed to be the black mecca of the South and everything, and that's really not good. I haven't been to Atlanta in years, but I know that it sounds like
Are you
DC
close?
in the 90s.
Are you close to my generation? I forget.
Yeah, I'll be 60 in December. Yep.
Okay.
I'm in your generation. Yep.
Seasoned coochie.
Yeah.
Seasoned.
Yeah. Seasoned. Seasoned. Yeah. But I always
hang on.
you.
Monica, I appreciate you, but stay out of Atlanta. Ain't nothing there. Not for people of our pedigree, generation. It's the wrong place to be. But thank you for your support, darling. Thank you for your support.
All right.
Bye
and
now.
You take care of yourself, Star.
Thank you, darling.
Okay.
Bye now.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, anybody from my generation, stay out of Atlanta. Ain't nothing down there for you. Area code 786. Is that who I think it is? Late night. Tapping in from Florida.
Hey, what's going on, Star? Appreciate the topic.
Hey,
I
man.
appreciate your past few shows have been feeling like the hate-a-thon.
Yes, sir.
I've continued to support, send a donation to the Star
Yes, sir.
Cash App.
Great to hear from you.
I just wanted to cover a few topics if I can. I don't know if people spoke about how the Mann Act was revised in 1986.
Come on.
For situations just like this.
Come on.
If I'm not mistaken, it was addressed because of the concerns of consensual sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it was misused when dealing with people of color. A lot of times it was us that was affected by the Mann Act. It was mostly entertainers, as we see currently today with the thing with Diddy. And when I'm trying to remember the guidelines. When Congress addressed the misuse of the Mann Act because they were using it to pretty much strip wealthy black individuals of not only their status in society, but their wealth as well.
Okay.
The main key person that was affected by this was, the boxer that everyone was talking about, but people don't understand why he was targeted. He was targeted because of his bravado stance.
If I can jump in, Al, we played earlier in the show here some documentaries about not just Jack Johnson, but also Chuck Berry, who served jail time over the Mann Act. Charlie Chaplin, who was charged. He had to go to trial, and others. So yeah, we have gone through the whole history of Jack Johnson and how he had to, he was finally pardoned, I think, in 2018 for the Mann Act, and also how he had to throw a fight to get back into America because of the Mann Act.
Correct.
We went into all that.
Correct.
Go ahead. We went into all that.
Okay. Now, did you guys go into the fact that it wasn't females that were being transported. It was men for Cassie. So me personally, I think Cassie is complicit. She needs to stand trial as well, but she probably got immunity, which we all know, which is the case. But the bigger concern with this situation is that, and this is not me pandering for Puff or nothing like that, but this is being a victim of your success and your resources. This an old nigga trying to keep up with a young thot who has an itch that he can't fulfill with his normal testosterone levels just naturally decreasing. He has to fulfill her urges with these I don't even know the sensitive way of saying this, with these
hang on a second, Al. We actually did a deep dive on him yesterday. Diddy has erectile dysfunction. He's impotent. I don't know how. That's all that cocaine. Like, I mean, I never did cocaine before, but I've. Well, hang on. I'll if I can just go to some of the notes that we spoke about yesterday. It's not necessarily from cocaine. He may have a natural erectile dysfunction issue, and thus the reason why he was using cocaine to try and get back to a time in his mind. But there have been different things by way of the testimony where they spoke about him having erectile dysfunction, and not just Big Gene, but others have said that Diddy started getting high later on in life. I knew him in the 80s. Right, and I knew him in the 80s. Hold on a second. I knew him in the 80s. He wasn't doing coke in the 80s. He really wasn't. Go ahead. I was going to say, I think the reason Diddy is doing coke now is keeping up with these young girls. You know, Young Miami, city girl activity, behavior. Cassie has been known to indulge in these activities as well. Also, so I wanted to touch on one of your videos, if I can. Go ahead. Yeah. All right. I want to touch on your video with Chip being pressed by Jim Jones. We know him as Chip. We know him as Chip. Y'all know him as Ali Adams. Right. And I'm gonna be clear. Chip, if you hear this, you already know what it is. This ain't no threat or nothing like that. But you are not no leader of the pound. That's something that's been misused and being pushed by the narrative. Vlad was the first one to push this, and we've been trying to address this issue. Now I'm gonna say this, Chip, because at one point the boys did have love for you. You know that. Oh, wow. But you did some foul snake stuff that will never be forgiven, that will never be tolerated, and we on your neck forever. Whoa. Period. Until hang on a second. I'll now listen, man, with all due respect. You've always called in and gave great commentary, but now I don't want to put out any type of threat to someone else. No, this isn't a threat. This isn't a threat because I got love for Lil Haiti. Chip ain't from Lil Haiti. Chip is from Carroll City, pushing this narrative like he's from Lil Haiti. Oh, okay. But if you go to, and let me just address the topic, because the internet never lies. Rick Ross did a documentary called M.I.A.O. When he went to number 8, when he was talking about Booby Boy. Okay. You will see Chip right there talking about Booby, talking about Matchbox Project, and underneath his name it says Ali and it says Carroll City Legend. Now Chip was running with the boys, and it was a whole movement that we was pushing to get this movement of Miami music out there. But sometimes people get beside themselves and think they're bigger than what they truly are. Okay. I ain't mean to turn this situation left or nothing like that. No, come on. I just had to speak my truth. That's all. But now hang on a second. So why was Jim Jones all up in his face? Should I play that video again? I don't know nothing about their business. I just know about Lil Haiti business. So when people talking about Lil Haiti and talking about leader of the pound, Zoe Pound ain't got no leader. Zoe Pound is a leaderless group when that goes off a vote. Okay. If you wanna see authentic Zoe Pound members, you can go to a YouTube channel called Critical. Hey, I don't want to promote no gang activity.
No,
it's
not.
Al,
it's not. It's not.
Al,
I got you, Star. I respect Star. You know, I respect the program. I'll fall back. Respect, Star.
But
respect, Star.
Okay, now hold on a second. No, stay with me. Okay, so
I'm here. I'm rocking with you, Star.
Now I gotta play the video again of Jim Jones up in this guy's face. It looked like a recent video. But
it's recent.
Yeah. Let me find the video
it's
again.
Recent.
Damn, this thing done sparked a whole goddamn issue. Where's that video, kids? Okay, but now let's go back to Diddy for a second whilst I'm looking for the Jim Jones pressing this guy video.
Diddy is a victim of a Me Too movement being resurged.
Okay.
And nobody's talking about that. All of a sudden, all of these things coming off because of his sexual activities that he indulged in without forcing anyone. Now I'm just speaking about the things that were displayed at court.
Okay.
Now, if anyone came out and said, "Hey, this was my case, and this is the charge that I got against him," nobody stated that. Everyone that stated their concerns had admiration and love for Diddy, even to the point where the Jane Doe, who we all know is supposedly, and this is what Vlad states, she's connected to a famous Queens rapper. I mean, I don't know who he was alluding to, but I'll let you guys be the guess of that. But his baby mama was Puff Daddy's lady. And she even stated that, "Hey, Puff been good to me. He's paying my bills currently and my lawyer fees." Puff is a victim of an old school trick with too much money and always want to party and not knowing how to fall back and tune it down some.
Right.
And that's the thing, because a lot of times we like to party, we like to turn up, we like to unwind because of the stress of being a mogul or running a business, because these things come with stressors and you have to unwind. You know, it's balance and everything. And he chose something that was detrimental not only to his livelihood, to his brand, and also to his legacy.
Right.
You know, I don't know if he will ever be able to bounce back. But one thing about Puff got an ultimate bounce back game. Every time where you thought he was down and out, he found a way to come back.
Right.
If I was him, I would align with the LGBTQ community to see if he can get a resurgence.
Yeah. Al, hold on a second. So this is the video right here. It took me a minute to find it. Guys, in case you're just now joining us, this is Al on the line from Lil Haiti. Al goes back with the Star Chamber. Al is the man who, to my knowledge, coined the phrase, "Never show your plate to a nigga that's hungry." Right, Al? Is that you?
That's a fact.
Never show your plate to a nigga that's hungry. So now we got Jim Jones here. Let's see if you can walk us through this again here. Okay, so I'm gonna. The audio is not really that loud, but
no, but you know, sometimes it can be up for interpretation. I know Jim Jones and Chip, they got a genuine relationship. Okay. And anytime Jim Jones was in Miami, he was he was protected by Chip. I don't know a nice way to say it, but he was protected by Chip, and by Chip being aligned with the boys, that automatically gave him, an extension to, to Lil Haiti or to the boys. And if you notice, like even with Jim Jones, he had a what's that syrup music? He had this music called Syrup, where they shot that. Is a Roman pub in Lil Haiti. The only Roman pub in Lil Haiti had been there for over like 40 years, I want to say. They shot the movie, they shot the video over there.
Let me jump in for a second, Al. Now, to be fair, the way Jim is talking to this guy right now, I don't think this guy was protecting Jim. I think he was a worker for Jim.
Listen to me.
Al, just hang on. Can I say this? The way he's talking to this guy right now, this guy was probably doing what Jim was paying him to do. I need you to stand here, stand over there. You're going to play this position here. A lot of times guys be talking about, so-and-so was protecting so-and-so.
No, Star.
I don't see it. Come on.
Star, I'm telling you stuff I know firsthand. He was protecting that man. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones naturally talk. I'm not justifying the conversation or anything. I'm just going off the knowledge and my interaction with them when they was around. And this is something that I know firsthand, that he had an extension because of Chip or Ali, whatever it is. But we know him as Chip. Not taking nothing away from Chip, because Chip was he was a part of the movement. Yeah. Like, the city was built on coke. You know, I'm not even going into no criminality or anything like that. But anybody who know the history know that Miami was a dead city. The only thing that we flourished on was the cocaine that was coming in through the city, through Central America, and just being the city by the beach. You know, I'm
very familiar with the zoos. Al, I don't even want to go back to all those years ago, but
no, I was just talking about the history. I was talking about the history and the economy of Miami, how it has all these banks with a low economy. And how is that? Because of the...
But hang on a second, Al, I got to say, this guy, he's got his pants hanging off his ass. No, come on now. His pants are sagging off his ass, and Jim is barking on this nigga. But listen, go ahead and finish up, man, because I'm thoroughly entertained. But I don't hear about Chip no more. Al, please, let's get back to Diddy, man. I'm so done with that guy, Chip. I'm done.
I think we need to show support, you know. No, and let me say this. I don't think we understand how severe the Mann Act truly is, because even with Puff being acquitted of the RICO Act, because they stacked up a lot of charges just to sneak in the Mann Act twice.
Yes.
They snuck that in twice to make sure that he got that conviction. Now, everyone's talking about 2 years, 5 years. He's looking at a decade, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, wow.
That man if people don't see it, you got to look at it like this. The Mann Act is to protect a white woman. Cassie is a white woman with a salsa or with a taco. You know what I'm saying? The other one that was on trial, that was a white girl with an egg roll.
Okay.
This act is to protect a white woman, point blank, period.
Okay.
Now, they want to strip the black man from his resources, but you have to be mindful of the play that's being done. Even with the judge is not even giving Diddy a fair trial because of the whole situation. I wouldn't be surprised if he get 10 years. I don't know what nobody's talking about.
Okay.
I don't see him getting less than 10 years. That's just me.
Al, I appreciate you, man. Great to talk to you.
Appreciate the convo. Love the show.
Yes,
Star, turn up.
Thank you. Okay.